into the suck zone.
Yes! Oh! It has been 5 years of Dissect That Film. And tonight, we're entering the suck zone as we talk about 1996's Twister. Let's go!
Flip the switches to maximum amplification as Parker, Dan, and Angela prepare for their operation. With trivia and plot points scrawled across their walls, laughter and debate erupts as the movie's drama calls. The world may call them crazy, minds gone astray, but genius and passion and madness all dance the same way. Now the show begins to rise from its broadcast realm, and you can open your eyes as we dissect that film.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Dissect That Film Podcast, a podcast that dissects the good, the bad, and the ugly of cinema. I am your host, Brett Parker. Joining me, as always, are my wonderful co-hosts, Dan and Angela of DNA Gaming.
Hello. You just got landed on my phone.
Guys, 5 whole years of Dissect That Film. So many years of us talking movies. You guys have been here pretty much since day one. You had some, you missed a few, and tonight's movie was one of them. Because
You made us leave.
I did. I said you need to take a break. I think that was the episode. I said you guys need to take a break. You guys have been guests for 9 straight episodes. But yes, all the way back in June of 2021, me and my brother sat down for our 10th episode of, at the time, was the Parker Chronicles podcast, which was the same podcast, just different name. And we reminisced about 25 years of Twister. Today is May, whatever day you guys are listening to this, of 2026, which is May was the month that I first released like the first 4 episodes we ever did onto podcast apps. So I was told that was when our anniversary had to be, because technically we started, I think, in April of 2021.
Yeah.
But everybody's like, no, you didn't release episodes till May. That's when your anniversary is. All right, so I'm just following
Who
the
the
rules.
fuck says this?
People are yelling at me. People were fucking screaming at me, Dan. They were like, it needs to be in May. And I was like, I'm sorry. All right. I'll do
Hey,
it.
listen. Fuck you. You're a part of the story. He was here first. He fucking knows. All right? Get the shit out of here. That's like, dude, never mind.
No,
It's like if I went to somebody and like,
joking,
you were
Dan.
born, I was born on this day, and I'm like, bullshit, I don't fucking remember. Of course you don't remember it.
But I have my birth certificate. I don't care.
No, that's what I meant. I know, right? It's like, listen, people were like, you were born on this day. It's like, I don't fucking remember. I just go by what everybody tells me.
But no, it was a time. It was a time when I didn't know how to podcast. We were 10 episodes into this thing, and I still didn't know how to do this thing, because I went back and re-listened to that episode from all those years ago, and I'm going, holy shit, what the hell was I doing? I still don't know how to podcast, but I figured I'm a little bit better. 200 and what? That was episode 10, so that would be 223 episodes later. I feel like I'm a little bit better. But last year for our 4-year anniversary or something, I can't remember what it was. It was either our 4-year anniversary or our 200th episode, whatever it was. We revisited Godzilla 2014,
Yes.
which was our very first episode of the show, and it was one of those things where it's like, what episode would be perfect for the 5-year anniversary? An episode that you guys weren't a part of, and something that seems to get referenced on this show a lot, and that is 1996's Twister.
It's coming! Everybody underground now! Come on!
Get underground! Take cover right now!
The producers of Jurassic Park and the director of Speed bring you face to face with Twister.
Get out of there!
Hurry!
There's no place to run
Right!
There's nowhere to hide. No time to escape. Don't think.
It's gonna drop right on us! Find something to grab a hold of!
Don't breathe. And never, ever look back. Twister.
We bring up Jonas a lot. Cary Elwes' character in this movie, he is fashionably late all the time.
Like us.
No,
Yes.
Like you.
Nope.
And
His wife.
Dan is the Jonas of the show. So,
I am. I'm a night
and
crawler.
fun fact. So a couple weeks ago, which is crazy that it's already been almost a couple weeks since we met in person for the very first time.
I grabbed his ass.
We did. We grabbed each other's cheeks and lifted. It was, yeah.
You got to get really
Angela
in
and my
there.
wife are just standing to the side like, what the fuck? There were children
didn't make
around.
I'm used to it.
We didn't make eye contact. It's fine, guys. We didn't
No.
break the rule.
We closed our eyes. Just
Mm-hmm.
But yes, we finally met in person just in time for 5-year anniversary. It was great. It was a great experience.
What song was in your head while we embraced?
Oh man.
It was Careless Whispers.
Oh yes, of course. Why wouldn't I have guessed
me.
that?
Carry on. Sorry.
It was the Van Halen instrumental that plays at the end of this movie.
Oh, that's
The
so good, dude.
The Respect
It's
the
so-
Wind, just
Yeah.
I will talk about it again. You do not skip the credits to this movie because you have to listen to Eddie and Alex Van Halen just going to town over the credits.
You know, I've never watched this whole thing until literally the other day.
Like the movie or the end credits?
The end credits.
Okay.
I've seen the
I mean,
movie a
it's
lot.
okay. It's okay. But as a huge Van Halen fan, I'm literally wearing my Van Halen shirt. I've seen Van Halen twice. I've seen the song that is played in this movie, Humans Being.
Oh, it's so good,
I've seen it live twice when I saw them on tour in 2004 when I was a wee little boy.
We
Which side of it do you prefer? Early or late?
Do you mean Roth or Hagar?
Yeah, Van Halen or Van Hagar?
I have always enjoyed both. Like it's a cop out answer.
No,
but
it's-
I grew up listening
There's
to
no
all
right
of
or
them.
wrong. There's no right or wrong.
My stepdad is the reason that I obsessed over Van Halen growing up because he was a guy who he's seen them like 19 times in his life. Or it was like over 20 or something like that. He literally had a shirt that said like how many times he had seen them. All the way
Really?
all the way dating back to I think like 1983 or something like that.
Gee, that's sweet. Dude.
So yeah, so he was a hardcore fan of Van Halen. So I grew up listening to everything. And like I have my favorite album is a Roth album, but I've seen Sammy twice. But I also enjoy Sammy's stuff.
What's your favorite song? You have one.
My favorite song. That's
Yeah.
that's tough. I'll have to get
I
back
have an
to you
answer
on
while
that
you
one.
think.
I have to get back to you on that one because it's one of those like
have an
it's
answer.
really hard to pick. Go for it.
So I remember. Okay, so I'm not like go back to the whole discography Van Halen fan, but I remember when the Greatest Hits album came out in like '98. It's got the gold font.
96.
96. So it was a little bit after that because I didn't listen to it like 98, 99, something like that. It was when I think it goes. I think the track listing goes Eruption into Ain't Talking About Love.
Yes, that's how they all went because it came off the
So,
same album.
So, well, when you listen on the radio, it's always Eruption into some other fucking cover they did. I fucking hate. I can't remember.
Oh,
what
it's
song it is. You know what it is,
It was
though.
a Kinks cover. It was
Yeah, I hate
damn
that
it.
song. Like and I like Van
I know what you're
Halen.
talking
I know what you're talking about. But Ain't Talking About Love. But I fucking love Eruption because there's a part in the middle of Eruption that sounds like the boss battle theme from Star Force for the NES. And my dad loved that game. And it's so fucking good. I love that song so much.
So I have the Best of Both Worlds, which was the Greatest Hits album that came out in 2004, like right before they went on their last Hagar tour. I have that album somewhere, the one you're talking about, because that was that was the one that had Humans Being on it, which is the song that was in this movie.
Yep.
That was written for this movie and was actually the song that was written that broke up Van Halen. Because after
that's
they
a good
did,
song.
after they did this, well, it was after they did the song, they did the music video, and immediately after that, Eddie wanted to make another album with Sammy, and Sammy had just had a kid or just got married. It was one of those two things, and he was like, "Dude, no, I want to take a break." And Eddie was just like, "Fine, we'll just find another singer."
Damn.
Like that was how that was like how hardcore Eddie was about like just continuously making stuff.
Okay, before I just need to make a comment real quick, and I have another Sammy Hagar comment.
You really
I'm
got
sorry.
me was the song you're thinking of.
I fucking hate that. Listen, I grew up listening to the original version of that song. I didn't like it then, and they couldn't save it. So I don't like that. But anyway, I want to make the Sammy Hagar comment first. We learned today by watching videos on like obscure 70s bands, his original band, Sammy Hagar's. And I can't think of the name of it now. God, we just watched it. And they're like, well, this is a very young Sammy Hagar. And I was like, what the fuck? It is Sammy Hagar.
You can't remember any of the other ones because of Moot the Hooper or whatever.
I don't know. Fucking
weirdo names.
weird ass band name.
Mott the Hooper.
Yeah, Mott the Hooper or some shit. Anyway, Hooper steers the boat, Chief. Drives the boat, Chief. Which one is it? Steers or drives?
Drives.
Okay. Thank you. And Long Way Down by Goo Goo Dolls.
It's a good song.
Fucking love that song. We had one of their like
that Eric Clapton song that plays. Show me no home.
And then the Shania Twain song, right?
Yes.
Always on the radio. Always at that time.
My
this movie
first
fucking came
ever concert was Shania Twain. Probably around I was 8. So it was
Not
99.
She was
Oh,
big, dude. She's
Jesus.
big.
Smoke
Out,
show.
man,
I
I
don't
feel
care.
like a woman.
What was the song that was playing in this movie? It was
Oh fuck.
it wasn't that the one that Angela just said. It was
No,
I'm
I can't
blanking.
remember.
Hardcore. Let me go to actually I think the Wikipedia might have the
shit.
soundtrack.
I know the scene. It's when they're getting the lemonade.
Yep.
Yeah.
There's so many things on this on this Wikipedia page. Oh, where's the soundtrack? There it is, soundtrack. Of
That
course
one
you're not
needs to
getting.
know.
Oh, that's
no
right.
one needs to know, right now. Yep.
Yeah,
I was there, man.
Soundtrack was banging in this one.
I'm pretty sure Chrysler sponsored the vehicles in this because they had just transitioned to the recently transitioned to the round body Rams.
Yep.
When they used to be called Dodge Rams, but before that, they decided to bring the like really push the Ram moniker because they used to be just Dodge D150s and D100s. I wish they would have kept with that. But like, no, Ram needs to be a separate fucking thing. Like, why?
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm not
I
here
don't
for that.
understand it either. But yeah, this is a movie that really played a lot in my house. Like it was one of those movies that did the effect that it had on a lot of people, which was I watched this movie and became obsessed with tornadoes and like storms and just wanting to be like, I want to chase a fucking tornado. Where I gotta go? Where? Send me. I want to do it.
Come hang out with us.
Right? You're close.
Back where I'm from.
Yes, because part of Nebraska is part of Tornado Alley.
Yeah, I know it's moved a little bit, but part of I'm from the southeast, extreme southeast Nebraska, and yes. In fact, 2 days ago, last week, was it last week? Last week was 2 weeks ago, I think. My dad calls me and he's like, "What are you doing?" Because my dad always calls. I love him, but he always calls the most inopportune times. He calls me and he's like, "Hey, what are you doing?" I was like, "Nothing. I'm just working a little bit." And he's like, "Do you hear that?" I was like, "What?" "It's tornado sirens." He's like, I was like, "Oh yeah." He's like, "Yeah, this is like the third or fourth time they've went off." He's like, I'm thinking about going to chase it. I was like, yeah, you should, but you should be careful if you do it. Because my dad's always done this. Like, even before, like, Twister, like, that's just what he does. So he ends up getting off the phone with me and texts me. I got the picture I can send you. He goes down to the end of the block where my aunt lives at, looks to the right, and you just see the wall cloud. Just, like, plain as day sticking down there. So I don't know if it ever did, like, touch down. I don't think it did. He probably would have told me, but that's what he does.
That day we were, you guys had the car repair place.
Yep.
And we watched clouds spin above us. So I was like, I think we need to go.
I've watched
like
plumes
over there.
I've watched I've watched plumes like tornadoes start forming out from the driveway of my grandpa's. Just look down and you'd see like tornado shit. Like it's bad weather. Like it's tornado warnings, all that shit. You can look out because we're in Nebraska. There's a little bit of rolling hill, but you could probably see a good couple miles straight out the driveway. But you could just see down there just the huge just like start like rotate.
It's crazy.
But yeah, and then we got stuck. We were stuck in we were in a car in the middle of a field during a tornado warning.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I never want to do that again.
No, I don't either.
I have 2 tornado stories.
Nice.
And actually one that happened within the last. It was shortly before the show. So when it was like 1995. A tornado hit the town I lived in New York. And actually traveled across state lines and hit another town where actually my grandmother lived. Nobody was affected, but it was one of those, like, my mom would hear thunder and she's like, gotta get to the basement. Like, she was that person.
That's me. That's me.
I'm the opposite. I want to go outside and watch the storm because I love thunderstorms. I love lightning. I love just, I hear that fucking boom. Dude, remember when we were recording the Monster Zone that one time, and it's like you guys didn't hear it, but it literally there was a thunder boom that sounded like a bomb exploded outside my house, and I have a clip of it somewhere of me reacting to it. But I love storms. But it was my dad. Like literally, we had our house was here. We had a main street, and then on the other side was like a cornfield. And the tornado was like on the other side of the road. And my dad is watching it from the recliner in the living room. And my mom's like screaming like, get to the basement. And I'm just like, Dad, I gotta get to the basement. I was like 5 years old. The second one was in 2019. We would vacation on Cape Cod every summer. And the last year we went, it was like halfway through the week. We're getting tornado warnings on Cape Cod. Like,
that's random.
I'm like, all right, like and none of us are really taking it serious. Like, a fucking tornado warning. Like, we're on Cape Cod. Like, there's no way. We literally the next day, because it was like it stormed all through the night. The next day, we go to a museum, like a good few miles down the road, and the museum is in like a concrete bunker. We go in there. And we hear things going on outside, and then all the power goes out. Power comes back on. We go outside. There are trees down everywhere. Like,
I believe it.
All over the place. We're like, what the fuck happened here? We're literally driving back. It literally felt like a scene in this movie where they're like driving through, was it Wakita?
Mm-hmm.
And it's just debris everywhere. Like, it felt like that scene as we're like driving back to our house. Like, what the fuck? Did a tornado actually hit? We get back to the house we're staying at, and there's like the place that we would hang out outside the house is like all like destroyed. Literally half a tree was laying in the spot where my car was a couple hours before. Like, my car was that close to being gone.
What kind of car was it?
Well, it's the car I still have, which is a 2014 Mazda CX-9.
That's good. They're good cars.
It's a mom car. It's a SUV. I got 3 kids. You got to have a big car now.
No, it's a microphone. It works. You got to have what you got to have.
Yeah. And listen, it's paid off, and I could care less. It was crazy. Like, my brother and like the people who didn't go to the museum were telling me like their experiences and like thinking like the house was just going to get taken, and it was wild. It screwed up like the whole rest of our vacation. Because like we didn't have power for like a day. It was wild. And a tornado hadn't hit Cape Cod since like 1975.
Hey,
I wonder if that's this. So I have 2 tornado stories as well. When I was probably 7 or 8, we had a tornado hit like right down the road from us. Like, we didn't have a basement. That was when I was living in Georgia. And I remember hiding in the hallway, but that was scary enough then because it was at night, we couldn't see. That was before cell phones. But then, what was it, 2012, 2013 when it hit? Here?
Something like that, yeah. I brought it with me, I'm sorry.
We had one hit here, and it tore up a bunch of stuff, but
Mainly it's school.
He's like, we need to get downstairs. We were at my parents' house and they have a basement. Dad's like, oh no, we'll be fine. About that time, you see white go across the window out front. I'm like, I think that was it.
For me, it was my perspective was different because it was tornado warning. And then they were talking about, you should probably get in the base because we don't have tornado sirens here.
No.
None at all. So tornado warning. And I was like, Victor was playing in the hallway and I was in the living room. And your dad said, oh, wait, nothing going to happen. In that moment, we got a huge burst of wind. I'm assuming it's a downburst, a microburst or downdraft, whatever.
Like a helicopter.
And just fucking power went. I just ran to the hall. Victor was like, wah, get him! Just to get downstairs. But I don't fuck around with it. Like, I do not fuck around with tornado warnings. Like, people around here are like, even back home, like, no.
Well, we were told that we don't get very many, or we don't get tornadoes because we have mountains. I'm like, well,
that don't mean shit.
Yep.
Before then, the last one that hit was in 75. So
yeah, so there you go. We had that big gap too. And I have tons. Like, I remember one summer where we had a tornado warning every fucking weekend, the entire summer. I lived there. I lived in Nebraska for 21 years of my life, and I've never seen a tornado. I've been in an ass ton of tornado warnings, but I've never seen it. We had a jumper, like what they talk about what happens in this movie. It was when the tornado hit in 95, 96. It touched down it came through on the west end of town, jumped the town, and touched down on the right end of town. Took out a Pomida. No, it was an Alco. Took it out.
at least it didn't.
And then
take
they
any
rebuilt it.
home.
No, and then we drove through Hallam like about 3 to 6 months after it happened, which at the time was the largest tornado ever recorded. It was 2.5 miles wide at the base.
It's crazy.
And
Sweet damn.
the only thing there when we drove through, and again, this was 6 months later, and Hallam's an interesting town because it's Hallam, Nebraska. I've never been there but one time in my entire life. But I'll finish that thought here in a second. But we drove through, and the only thing was the grain elevator, the railroad tracks, two or three houses, and the rest of it was just foundations. And interesting thing about Hallam, which is a town of maybe 200 people or less before the tornado hit, it was the location of the second nuclear reactor ever built in the United States, which was converted to a coal plant just a handful of years after it was initially built.
Wow.
So fun fact. Never knew that. Grew up there. Never fucking knew it. But anyway, I have tons more, but they're not that good.
Hallam was crazy because the person that recorded it from the grocery store or whatever, the little grocery store.
Is that the thing where they ran inside the corner?
Yeah.
Yeah, that wasn't Wilbur.
Oh, was that Wilbur?
That was Wilbur, but the tornado went by.
That's
He's like running into this building. I'm like, dude, I've driven by this building so many fucking times. It's just down the road from where I used to take Grandpa. It's not Jack and Jill's. It's a little like a really small independent grocery store chain. But it's the small. I used to take my grandpa all the time because he's getting a little old to drive, so I drive him out there. But yeah, just straight down the road. I'm like, I know where that is. And there's a Casey's the other way. Anyway, go ahead.
Casey's is awesome.
I fucking love Casey's.
Well, I mean, now that we shared our tornado histories, what is your guys' history with Twister?
Dear?
I don't think I can count how many times I've watched this movie.
Yeah.
I don't have enough fingers or toes.
I'll touch your toes.
No, I don't even remember when I first watched it. I know it's been a while.
This is a bad one for me because I can remember seeing Jurassic Park in movie theaters, and that came out 3 years prior. Mm-hmm. This movie came out 3 years after Jurassic Park came out. Yeah. I swear I've seen this in movie theaters, but I can't fully remember that I watched this in movie theaters. But I've seen this movie an ass ton. I remember because my mom used to watch this show after school. God, I remember the episode of Oprah that had Bill Paxton and what's her name?
Helen Hunt
on there where they interviewed him about that because they showed the scene where they're trying to flee the F5 and everything's falling on the road in front of them. We got to get off this road. Yeah. So that scene, because I talked about it, I vividly remember that.
For me, it was we had it on tape and I watched it all the time. I wore that tape out. My grandma had it also, and I probably watched it at her house a bunch. Like, it was a very common tape to have. Even when you would go over your friend's house, like, they always had Twister. Like, I probably
Everybody
seen
had
Twister.
it, dude.
Yeah, I probably have seen this movie in more households than I've seen any other movie. Like, it was a movie that everyone enjoyed. Like, there was not a lot of people that was like, I'm not a big fan of Twister. Like, I don't like Twister. Like, nah, this was a fun time. I remember, I don't think I ever was able to do the ride. I wasn't sure if it was still a thing when I went to Universal the first time, because this was technically a Warner Brothers movie, but it was also owned by Universal as well. So they had a ride at Universal where it was kind of like, remember Earthquake? It was a ride at Universal. It was a movie, but then they turned it into a ride at Universal where you like ride different, you're on the subway and then like the earth starts to crack and things start tipping. It was that's what Twister was, where it was like things would just fall. Like it was the, I think the ride was the drive-in scene. That was primarily what you were doing. You were trying to survive the drive-in scene from the movie. And
did you get to watch Shining? That's what it was.
Yeah,
because I've never seen The Shining.
Yeah, yeah, he's never seen The Shining.
Mm-mm.
So write that down.
Yes, we're
I
covering
said,
The Shining. We will be
Never seen
covering
it.
that movie.
It's not an objection to watching. It's just not a movie I watched Twister and somebody's like, that's Shining. I'm like, oh.
Yep. That was, I think, the first, like, watching this movie was my like discovery of The Shining. I was like, what's that movie? I want to see that movie. That movie looks pretty terrifying.
It was either this movie or the Simpsons Treehouse of Horrors.
Oh, the
Shinin. Yeah.
The Shinin.
Don't you mean The Shining? I'm not gonna get that. No beer, no beer, no TV make Homer something. Go crazy? Don't mind if I do.
I love that Treehouse Horror.
It's so good.
But yeah, so Twister was directed by Jan de Bont. I listened back to the old episode and I called him Jan, like a fucking idiot. So I'm fixing that. It's Jan. We have covered one of his we've covered his first movie last year for Month of Action when we covered 1994's Speed. Then he would do, and then after this, he would go on to do some movies, because he did Speed 2, he did The Haunting, and then he did Lara Croft, Cradle of Life.
Fuck.
Yikes.
My grandmother loved those movies, dude.
I liked
like Lara Croft
the first Lara Croft movie. The second one I always thought I liked. I haven't seen it in like 20 years, so who knows. But Jan de Bont is an interesting fellow because he was a cinematographer for a lot of his career. And one of the craziest stories was he was the cinematographer for a movie called Roar back in 1982.
Yes.
Which was a movie that had real lions, tigers, and all sorts of big cats. And he was scalped on the set of that movie, where they had to literally stitch his scalp back on his head.
Jan, your scalp's missing. No, I'm getting the shot.
Yeah. Wild times.
I heard that story. It's pretty fucking wild.
The movie was written by Michael Crichton.
Yes.
The man who would write Jurassic Park. I'm trying to point at it. It's hard to point when you're looking at yourself on the screen.
Yep.
And I think it was is Anne-Marie Martin, I think is his wife. Could be wrong.
In the
Yes, it was Michael Crichton's wife. They sold their script to, I think, Steven Spielberg for $1 million. And Kathleen Kennedy came on board to help produce, which Kathleen Kennedy was involved in a lot of Steven Spielberg's, either the films that he was directing or even the films that he was a part of. Steven Spielberg, there's one story about Steven Spielberg in this movie. He wasn't on set, but there was a lot of issues during the filming of this movie. 2 cinematographers quit while this movie was being made, to the point that Jan de Bont had to shoot, like, he had to be the cinematographer for the final part of the filming, because he was because of the fact he was a cinematographer. Him and the other cinematographers were just butting heads a lot, and then I guess there was just a lot of turmoil going on the set that a lot of the crew just walked off the movie.
Really?
And the legend is, and I say legend because it's one of those, like, it's never been confirmed by Spielberg if this actually happened, but supposedly Steven Spielberg flew to wherever they were filming, which I think was literally like Tornado Alley. They were filming in like the areas where this shit was happening.
Credit for some of the shots for the special thanks to, they credit Oklahoma and Iowa.
Yeah. So He lands. He calls Jan de Bont, says, get to the airport. They said that Jan de Bont goes to the airport. Steven Spielberg doesn't even get off the plane. He walks onto the stairs on the side of the plane, reams him out, walks back on the plane, flies away.
And Spielberg never hit the ground. Yes.
Perfect. But it's such a crazy story to think of, like, Spielberg doing that. And it's like I said, it's never been confirmed by Spielberg that actually happened, but that's why we call it a legend. And it's a fucking great one. I think it's hilarious.
He's like, straighten up, motherfucker. He gets back on the plane, like, okay.
I mean, when you watch the behind the scenes documentaries on this, they made 2. If you buy I bought this Blu-ray like 2 years ago for $7 at Walmart. It was one of those like glow in the dark cover ones.
Oh.
And it's got a bunch of good special features on it. It's got the making of Twister. It's actually got the Van Halen music video on it.
Nice. I remember seeing that.
And then it has like a 20 year later documentary in 2016. It was a year before Bill Paxton passed. So he's actually
nice.
Go ahead. Everybody seemed like they were having a good time. So it's like, it's funny to hear these stories of like, it was a wild production.
Maybe it was mainly just on the production side, not so much like the actors.
Yeah, maybe. The music was done by Mark Mancina. Want to see my shocked face?
Does he do
this man did every score in the 90s. We talked about him with Bad Boys. He made one of the best fucking themes in action movie history. He did Speed. He did Con Air alongside somebody else, I think. I think Con Air was the one he did. It was like a co-op thing. But yeah, this man he's done scores for like so many iconic movies in the 90s. But as soon as you hear like the first like part of the score, you're like, oh man, I bet you that's Marky Mark. Not the Marky Mark everybody else knows, my Marky Mark, which is Mark Mancina.
This guy could read.
This guy can read.
At least music, at least sheet music. We can guarantee that.
Guys, you want to know what's absolutely bonkers, though? This episode is going to be out the day before the official 30th anniversary of this movie. This movie was released May 10th, 1996. It had a runtime of an hour and 53 minutes. It had a budget of $88 million, and it made $499 million at the box office. It made money. And guess what? They were like, we want to make a sequel. And everybody's like, we don't need a sequel. And I went, we don't need a sequel. And then 2 years ago, I think 2024, they were like, let's make a sequel. And they made Twisters. And I was like, very comprehensive on it. Because for one, I would have loved to see a sequel with Bill Paxton and a Helen Hunt back. But unfortunately, Bill Paxton had passed many years before, and Helen Hunt was like, I am okay with what you're doing, but I just don't want to be involved. And then so it became like its own standalone thing. It's like it's in the world of Twister, but it doesn't make any reference to the original movie other than I think there's a scene with a Dorothy. Like there's a actual like Dorothy being used by the characters in this movie. It's a fun time. I saw it with my daughter in the theater. It's really fun. It's just more of what you get with Twister. I mean, Twister is, of course, the superior movie, but Twister's is fun, man. It's got a fun cast. I like Glenn Powell. They bring back the Dodge Ram, but it's like more souped up. It's cool. It's got freaking Superman in it. He plays the Jonas of the movie. It's got, was it David Cornsweet, I think is his name? The guy who plays Superman.
Plus, we got Star Fox. Now Star Fox.
Oh, yeah, Glenn Powell. Yep,
Glenn Powell.
It's got the girl from Fresh, which we've talked about on the show. That
and Glenn
Edgar something. I can't remember her name.
Yes. I don't remember her name either. But Glenn Powell is rumored to be attached to the Them remake. We actually got news.
I saw that. I heard he was producing it too.
God, dude, listen, not sidetrack. Make it good. Don't make it goofy bullshit. I know it's a giant ant movie. Don't fucking do Anaconda. Just make it a good movie. Please.
Yeah, I was very like, I don't know. Maybe I need to watch Anaconda again. But I went out of Anaconda going, that was not what I was expecting. I just didn't have as much fun as I wanted to. like for what it was trying to do. It's like, we're making
Yeah.
a movie about people that want to remake Anaconda. It's like, cool, sign me up. And then it's like half the movie is not that. It's like drug dealers and
shame.
like drug cartels in the Amazon. And I'm like, what? Huh?
Why are we here again?
What's happening again?
Like if you made
And-
a Twisters movie, but it was about like bank robbers most of the time.
And Jack Black is like not very funny in it. Which is very unfortunate. And Paul Rudd is like the worst. I'm like,
Oh,
what is
no.
going on? Like, fucking Steve Zahn was the best part of Anaconda. But Steve Zahn's also
I
the
didn't
best
watch
part
it.
of most things he's in. So, this was nominated for Best Visual Effects and Best Sound at the Academy Awards in 1997.
Damn right.
But yeah, it was the second highest grossing film of 1996. Don't know what I'm trying to think. 1996. What would have been the first? What would have made bank in 1996 to be the number one movie?
And Lost World didn't come out till 97, did it?
Yeah, but Titanic would have. Oh no, that would have came out before Titanic. Titanic didn't come out till December of 97, so it would have blew everything out in 1998. I don't know. Maybe we'll look it up at some point. So the cast. We have Helen Hunt as Joe Harding. We got Bill Paxton.
I got it.
Yeah, go
It's
ahead.
Independence Day.
Oh, that's right. ID4. Yep.
It's a good one, though. It's a good one.
Hey, Dan, while you're looking things up, what was the main character? What was the not main character? Who was the guy in Jurassic Park who's with the Triceratops, with the sick Triceratops? What was that guy's
Wait,
first name?
The actor or the character?
The character.
Ed
Is-
Regis.
Not in the movie.
Not in the movie.
I don't think his name was Ed Regis in the movie. I think it was Dr. Harding. But I think
Yes. I'll look it up. Yeah.
it's just funny that there's two projects in back-to-back years where a character last name is Harding, and they both have Steven Spielberg attached in some way.
Sarah Harding.
Because our main characters in this movie are Joe Harding, played by Helen Hunt, Bill Paxton, who plays Bill Harding. You have Jamie Gertz as Dr. Melissa Reeves, Carrie Elwes as Jonas Miller, Lois Smith as Aunt Meg, Philip Seymour Hoffman as Dusty, Alan Ruck as Rabbit, Sean Whalen as Sanders, Scott Thompson as Preacher, Todd Field as Belzer, Joey Slotnick as Joey. Which one was Joey?
Hang on, I got it.
Let's see his face.
Oh,
Wendell- yeah,
the,
yeah.
The nerdy guy.
Oh, the one with like the high hair there. Kinda?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
The
Okay.
really curly blonde hair.
Yeah.
It's Gerald Harding.
Gerald?
Dr.
Oh,
Gerald
okay.
Harding.
Okay. All right.
Jerry.
Wendell Josepher as Haynes, Jeremy Davies as Lawrence. He was recently in the Black Phone movies, but for me, he was Boulder in God of War 2018.
Ooh.
Really?
He was, yeah.
Interesting.
There's a bunch of other like very behind the like, oh hey, that guy was in this. Freaking Jake Busey is in this movie. He's mobile lab technician in this. He doesn't even have a name. That's how little he's in this movie. And he's one of those like blink and you miss it. Like, was that him?
Yeah, it has to be.
Was that him? Was that? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Where? Yeah, there he is. That son of a bitch.
And yeah, that's our cast. I don't know about you guys, but I think
Let's roll it.
we're going to do something a little bit different. So it is our 5-year anniversary. I kind of
Okay.
alluded to that in the beginning of the episode. And I reached out to our wonderful friends over on our Discord to send us something, like send us a little something to kind of, help us celebrate the special day. So we got some responses. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to read one, and then we will kind of go through some part of the show, and then like randomly I will just read another one, and we'll kind of like spread them out throughout the episode. So we're not reading them all because some of them are pretty long. So I figured we'd spread them out. What do you guys think? Is that a good idea?
Sure.
All right. So our first one we got was from our good friend Dustin from the Flicks and Friends podcast, Be Action, and Baron's Hideout, who says, one day I decided that it was time I dipped my toes into the podcasting hobby. Seeing all my friends doing it was like, hey, I like talking and I like movies. And boom, the Flicks and Friends podcast was born. Shows adding me left and right, being probably the best community I've ever been included in, and meeting so many new people. It was a bit overwhelming. Then I got a follow on all the socials by a show called Dissect That Film. And then the pestering started on my end. I want to say I started listening during the Jurassic Park Dominion days and haven't stopped since. So what an episode to start on.
Jesus.
I started on Dominion. I mean, listen, you started on Dominion and you went, I got to keep listening to this show. All the power to you, because there are probably people who listened to that episode and went, I'm never listening to this show again.
Yeah, it helps me sleep.
No, it was more the fact that we just absolutely annihilated that movie and people were just like, wow, is that what it's going to be the whole time?
I just thought you meant because it was 3 hours long.
Oh, that too. I mean, that's a fucking long episode. This 3 hour episodes. 4 years later, over a dozen crossovers and guest spots, month of action collabs, and even coming together to make something out of a public domain horror movies. The friendship that has bloomed between me and everyone in the show, even the ones that had Paul cheat on me and Parker and meet up in real life, can't be replaced. As for my favorite episode, it has to be the Behind the Mask episode you guys did that I guested on, which was Dustin's very first episode on the show. So, so I probably should clarify what the heck I was asking people. I was asking people to kind of share like how they discovered us, like their kind of history with Dissect That Film, and then to if they remember, because I can't even remember what my favorite episode. I mean, I've always said it's the Rudolph episode, and I'm just going to stick to that because trying to think of other episodes is really hard. But yeah, that Behind the Mask episode was so much fun, and meeting Dustin and hanging out with him. And yeah, it was just what a fun time. And we've guested, he's been on the show so many more times since then. He was literally just on the last episode for Pee-wee's Big Adventures. So yeah, and many more to come. So thank you, Dustin. We appreciate all of your support. And but as to that, I think it's time to roll into the plot of Twister. Are you guys ready?
Let's do it.
It's time to stretch, because we about to dissect. Oh. She's slapping on the table.
It'd be like, you'd think there'd be a good solid thump, but
it's the sound of this pen. Can you see? Wait. Did you hear that?
No, and that's what it sounded like, exactly like if I did. Nothing. This guy has to be home. He's got nothing else going for him. Like, not you, Parker, me.
All right, you guys ready?
We know why you slouch.
All right, it's time to dissect that film. Boom. The movie starts with opening credits being torn to shreds by a tornado. A tornado.
By golly, it's that nader.
It's another nader. Oh, so a tornado is coming. I think it says, what a wow. I heard it too,
So
Dan.
am I.
I heard it. Boom.
Are you coming? No, I'm just breathing hard. Carry on.
So I think it's like 1969 at the opening of this movie. Nice, right? We'll just keep on rolling. Just keep on going. And you see on the TV that there is a big tornado about to hit whatever town we're in.
I love this old news footage. It's so fucking cool.
So good on the TV, and you got Farmer Joe there coming in, drinking his coffee, and he sees it, and then they got to grab the kid. Did you recognize who the kid was? Who young Joe was? Did you guys ever watch Spy Kids?
No.
Oh, really? Neither of you watched Spy Kids?
I was too old for that.
Really? In 2000? Wait, when did Spy Kids come out? Like 2001? Yeah.
I was in high school.
So it was played by Alexa Vega, who was one of the main characters. She played Carmen Cortez in the Spy Kids movies.
Oh.
So yeah, they bring her to. Oh, and the mother is she was one of the diner owners in Jason Goes to Hell.
That's right. Because we talked about it. Yeah.
And there's a theory that we brought up in the original Twister episode that I want to bring up again about where did the mom go, because we never get that answer after this.
I assume she just passed away.
But we never give us something. She only talks about her dad. So, but let's explain what happens to the dad. They go to the storm shelter. They get the whole thing was like, oh, we forgot the dog, Toby. Get Toby.
Toby Hooper. Sorry, what?
And of course, it's a Yorkie, the same dog as Toto from Wizard of Oz.
Yes.
They go into the storm shelter, and the door starts rattling. Like the door's coming off because you see like the tornado is like right on top of him. And the dad's smart idea goes, I'm gonna go grab the door. I'm gonna go hold it because I'm strong enough to hold this door against an F5 tornado. And then
It's so stupid.
It's the dumbest.
So stupid.
I will always hate this part of the movie. And I don't hate a lot of things in this movie. I think this may be the only thing I truly hate. Like Jonas, you dislike, but he's like purposely supposed to be hateable. Like you're supposed to hate him.
Yeah, it's Jonas, dude.
Yeah, it's Jonas. He fits what we're doing here.
Yeah.
But the fact that the dad is like, I'm gonna try to hold this door, and like this is the way. Like I think it would have been more impactful if like he locks the door, and he's like walking down the steps towards his family, and then the door rips off, and then he just gets sucked out.
Yes, would have made way more fucking sense. Or as he's locking it.
Yeah, he just gets taken. But the fact that he's like, I can't hold it any longer, and then gets sucked out, and then
what are you doing?
For one, the tornado I don't think would have been able to suck them all out of it anyways. So like if they were to like go to the back side of that bunker that they're in, I don't think anything's happening to them. It's just gonna be very windy in there. Like it's like just grab something, hold on to something. They ain't going nowhere. But the logic of like being close to a tornado in this movie, there's many things we're going to point out. The fact that like people are real close to tornadoes in this movie and nothing happens. But yeah, this opening is always one of those like, what? Oh, God, I fucking stupid. I get you have to have a motivation for your main character, but like, this is what you did.
My theory on what happened to the mom is the tornado came back for seconds. Just going to point that out.
She's like, I needed both parents.
Yeah.
Oh,
twosies.
So we are transported to present day with some, of course, 1996 CGI, space CGI, which is of a satellite. Yeah. And we are at the NSSL, which is the National Severe Storm. What's the L stand for? Lab? Yeah,
I don't remember.
Maybe. Lunchroom?
And they're all talking, like these two main people are the only two people in this whole place that are talking to each other because they keep cutting back to them throughout the movie. And they're talking about this is like the storm of the century. Like it's like a once in like every, or they called it a 50-year storm. Where it's like once every 50 years you get an event where multiple like decent tornadoes hit one area or like a certain area, which kind of explains why we get so many tornadoes in this movie.
Just going to toss this out to everybody here. Do you feel everything these guys do could have easily just been explained by everybody else in this movie?
Everything that who does?
The people at the National Salted Sausage.
Oh, do you think are you saying like we didn't need these people?
Yeah, like these could have been explained by Joe,
100%, 100%.
Carrie Ellis was scared, Jonas. Like it could have been, or Bill. Anybody could have said this.
I think setting it up like this is fine, but we didn't need to keep cutting back to them. We didn't need to keep cutting back to them. I think that's the thing where you're just like, well, I don't give a shit about who are these people. Like I don't even think we get names. Like they're just the people that work there.
Who are you people? I swear to God, swear to me. What the fuck?
Oh my God. So we are now with we see this beautiful, red Dodge Ram. I think it's a 2500, like big fucking beast driving down the road. And we get that awesome score. Yeah, it's fucking great. Just fucking gets me all hyped up. And we're with Bill and Melissa.
Why the Wizard of the Witch theme?
Well, I think there's probably copyright issues, and you want to come up with something unique in your own.
That's true. I mean, I'll allow it, but I'm just saying you could.
I think it would have been more. I mean, we do get a Judy Garland reference in this movie.
Do we really?
We do. We'll get to it though. I don't want to spoil it.
Does somebody say like something about a bunch of flying monkeys, and somebody's like, I get that reference?
No. I mean, other than the Dorothy thing, there's another reference to her.
Yeah. It says Toto, we're not in Kansas anymore.
Yeah. But yeah, we meet Bill and Melissa, and they are going to see Bill's ex-wife Jo because she has divorce papers. Like he's waiting on her to sign divorce papers so that they can get married.
Hold on. And speaking of this, listen, I'm no divorceologist here, but
what was that again?
Listen, the only knowledge I have on divorce is my parents being divorced for as long as I can remember, for whatever that's worth.
Same.
Which is nothing. That means literally, see, you understand. We're in the same boat. or truck. The question I'm wondering is, I'm pretty sure when you do those divorce papers, they need to be notarized. They have to be done in front of an officiate. I don't think they can just be signed randomly in a field. It could vary from state to state. I don't know.
And maybe it's like papers that are to then get to the next part of the process. I don't know.
It could be.
That's
so. If you're divorced and want to elaborate, anybody feel free. I'd like to know.
I'll have to ask my dad.
Why don't we get divorced? Find out. We'll get remarried.
Seems like a lot of fucking work. Oh my god!
I've been up with you for almost 20 years. I don't want to ruin that streak.
That's true.
That's all it is. Just a fucking streak. We ain't landed.
It's just a numbers game.
I don't actually like you. I'm just trying to keep this streak alive.
Put up with you.
Yeah, I think my wife does the same thing.
I'm just here. Listen, can I say something real quick while we're doing this? When I met your wife, I don't know why I asked for permission. I just do it to be polite. When I met your wife, looks nothing like I thought she was gonna.
Really?
She's been on the show. I thought she was just hands.
Because we've only ever seen her hands.
Yeah, that's hands.
There she is. I'm just gonna like poke something out of here and just be like, oh, this is my wife. Just hello.
Yeah. No, you could anytime just have one of your kids walk in with like a fake pair of hands, just come in like, oh, his wife.
Oh my god. So we then meet Joe and her crew, and they all have names.
They're so good, dude.
We have Dusty, who is, of course, like he is the main guy of this, band here. And of course, he's played by Philip Seymour Hoffman, and he's just the best.
Fucking awesome, dude.
The extreme.
Dusty, I want you to explain to Melissa why you are the way you are.
He's so fucking good.
He's so good, dude.
He's the best.
Even though he's a goofball this whole movie, his acting is so good at this character. Just where he laughs in his mannerisms, like not just him laughing and stuff, it's how he reacts. It's like later with the flipped over truck. When we'll get to the scene where he's like, that's intense. That's intense. And he's like laughing and shit about it. But he's great.
But he even has those somber scenes where he like walks in and has to give like a serious, like tell another character something serious. Like he's so good.
He's so good.
Alan Ruck, who plays Rabbit. Rabbit is good. Rabbit is wise. Sean Whalen, who plays Sanders. Sean Whalen, I mean, he's been doing a lot of like little indie horror movies recently. To be honest, I feel like I could reach out to Sean Whalen and get him on the show. Like pretty easily. I might try.
You know the only thing I remember about his character?
I don't even remember.
Yes.
I didn't fold the maps. Don't fold the maps.
No, the only other thing I remember about Sanders is just that one scene where something's going on and you hear in the background, "This is Sanders, this is Sanders." Like that's all I remember from that shit.
To be honest, I forgot his name, so I never even realized it was him. But now that's all I can
didn't know
hear.
It was him either. I just knew somebody was named Sanders on the team.
I'm gonna message him and be like, "Will you be on the show? But also, can you re-record that line of you just going, 'This is Sanders. This is Sanders.'"
Please.
He loves talking about Twister.
At you.
What?
But did you see his screen freeze?
No, I didn't. What happened?
It did on our end, and all I see is you didn't.
Doing the Thriller over
I'll
here.
randomly do that. Let's just randomly do it.
Scott Thompson as Preacher. I feel like I recognize this guy from other things. I just could not put it. Oh my god, your Wikipedia picture is terrifying. He was in Parasite. The guy who played Preacher was in that 1982 Parasite movie we covered. He played
really?
He played Chris,
shit.
whoever that was.
Redfield?
His IMDb picture is him without a beard. And I can't recognize this man, but it is pretty scary.
I noticed he's in Police Academy.
He's in a lot of police academies. He's in Fast Times at Ridgemont High. He was in RoboCop. He was creep number 2. Was he the one who got shot in the dick? Oh, my God.
Really? What if he was the dick guy?
I'm diving way deep into this man's filmography. He was in the Cosby Mysteries. Ooh. He was in the 1998.
Learn more about those mysteries than we care to know.
Wait, was he in the horror? Oh, he was in the Michael Keaton Jack Frost, not the horror one. Blast from the Past with Brendan Fraser.
He was in Next Generation.
Oh, interesting.
Whatever that's worth.
We had Todd Field as Belzer, Todd Field is actually a director now.
We talked about this, didn't we?
Yes, I think
Yes, we did.
so. He directed a movie in 2022, which was, I think, nominated for like Best Picture, called Tar, with Kate Blanchett. But yeah, he's more well known now as a director.
Good for him, dude.
We got Joey Slotnick as Joey. I love it when it's like Bill Paxton gets his character's name is Bill. We didn't even think. We just whatever. You're just gonna be Bill. He was in Hollow Man, which is a movie I really fucking want to cover on this show. Like, I love Hollow Man. It is one of the best Invisible Man remakes ever.
Yeah, it's got bacon in it. Invisible
It does.
bacon.
It sure does. We have Jeremy Davis as Lawrence, which, to be honest, he's the camera guy. She's just like, I don't know what. Well, you got to clean the zoom or the lens or whatever. That's
Yeah.
He doesn't say a lot in this movie, but it's pretty good.
He's the guy that hides in the truck, isn't he?
He's the one, yeah, where Joe has to like rip him out. Yeah. And then
I feel like he's the new guy.
Josepher. Is Haynes the other woman?
I think.
Because I'm trying to think. I think that's the entire crew.
Yeah,
is what I
Yeah,
understand.
when Haynes is the lady.
Yeah, I just think that guy is the new dude. He just feels like he's the new intern that got picked up for the job.
He's kind of like a kid. He's probably an intern, probably in college or something.
Yeah, he's like, I'm just doing this for credits, and he's like not really wanting to do storm chasing. He wants to do like other aspects of meteorology, whatever there is else in meteorology. I don't
doesn't want to
know.
die in a tornado.
But yeah, we meet them all, and of course, Bill leaves Melissa with Dusty, and he goes over to see Joe, who's messing with the Doppler, and she's surprised to see him there, and of course, he's just like, "Hey, I've come to get the divorce papers. Have you signed them?" And then you get this whole thing where you can clearly, from this moment, you can clearly see she's trying to stall the whole process, because she is like, he's flipping through the pages, and you know 100% she purposely didn't sign that one page, and then she's got to look at it and read it. And he's like, "What are you doing?" She's like, "I'm reading it." He's like, "You read it back in December." She's like, "I didn't read it back in December." It's like this whole, like, these little things that are going back and forth where you're like, something's fishy here.
Doesn't want to let it go, man.
Yep. And then she brings up Dorothy, and he like lights up. He's like, "She's here."
Yeah. And you think it's like alluding to like a kid or something, right? Or something like, that's what you think they're getting at.
But instead, it's this device that holds these little sensors inside, and what it's supposed to do is a tornado is supposed to suck it up. The sensors go in there, and it measures out what a tornado does. Like, it's pretty much like studies the inner workings of a tornado.
It's an upside down Christmas tree.
Yeah. And there's I love the moment though where she opens the top and it narrowly misses Bill.
Yeah.
It's just perfect. And like everybody is just so pumped. And then of course we get the first call that there's a tornado somewhere. And so they go. And I'm trying to remember. We get the whole moment where Bill and Melissa are walking away as everybody's driving away, because Bill's like, "Yeah, this is what they do. This is not what I do anymore." And she goes, "Did she sign the papers?" And he goes, "Fuck, maybe we could catch up to her." And of course, she's like all in, like, and that's Melissa's first mistake.
Yep,
because they're in the truck and they're driving, and Bill goes, "I'll drop you off here, and I'll go get the papers, and I'll meet you back here later." And she's like, "No, I just want to tag. This seems fun. I want to tag along." And I went, "Oh no, Melissa, you made your first mistake.
It's too deep, bro.
This isn't gonna end well for you at all."
Shit.
Now, years ago, and the many times I've seen this movie before, I watched this movie like 3 times over the course of like a week before this episode.
Fair.
I fucking love this movie. It's just so fun. My kids, it's a movie I could put on with my kids. My kids really enjoy it.
Yeah. Same.
So I used to be really hard on Melissa. I used to just be like, "Oh, she's so annoying, blah, blah, blah." And then like watching it again for the 90,000th time, I'm like, nah, man, Melissa kind of gets put in a shitty situation. But also she kind of puts herself in this situation as well, where she could have stayed back. She could have been brought somewhere else, but instead she's like, "I want to tag along."
Well, she is our fish out of water character.
Oh, 100%. I love Jamie Gertz. I love Jamie Gertz.
I remember when I was young, thinking probably she was a little bit annoying, but I never had any problem with her. She's just out of place. This is just not her thing. Just isn't what she should be doing.
I
But she
think-
doesn't know that until she's in too deep.
Right. I think when you're growing up and you're watching this as a kid and she's like, because she's the fish out of water character, that's what makes her annoying. Because she's like, shut up, girl. Just let everybody, all the cool people do the cool things. Like, stop whining and crying and stuff. Like, the fuck's wrong with you? Like, you suck.
Stop
But now I'm just like,
sandbagging
but now I'm
us.
like, no, she gets the raw deal on this one. But this is why I forgot to mention the fact where they're explaining the process of getting Dorothy into the tornado, and Dustin just kind of leans in from off screen to be right over. He's like, "That's it, the suck zone."
Yes, it's so good.
Oh,
Dusty, you're so fucking weird, dude.
he's the best though.
Yeah,
So-
he is. Yeah.
This is when we get the moment where Bill's driving behind everybody, and then of course we get the freaking like line of black SUVs and vans and all that, and this is where we get the breakdown of Jonas Miller.
Yep.
He's like, yeah, we used to work with Jonas. Then he went and got himself some corporate sponsors.
It's so good, dude. I love that line. I try to use it when I can.
It's great. Of course, it's Carrie Elwes, who we've talked about on the show before. We talked about Days of Thunder. Have we talked about him any other time on this, or was it just Days of Thunder?
I think it's just Days of Thunder because I don't think we haven't done Saw or anything like that yet.
No. But yeah, he plays a dick in that movie, and he plays a dick in this one. So he's very good at playing a dick.
Man.
But if you want to watch him play a not a dick, watch Princess Bride. And there's probably other
Yes.
movies too. Carrie Elwes is great.
There
actor.
are other movies.
Men in Tights.
Men in Tights. Yep.
Oh yes, Robin Hood Men in Tights. So the funniest thing about this whole thing though is like everybody's driving by everybody. Like you have the Jonas crew driving by Joe's crew, and then you have this one van in the back who's just like wah, wah, just like blowing his horn like in the middle of the
I
road, and
know.
like Bill's like, oh god, and just like drives off the road and hits the one fucking giant pipe that's laying on the side.
Yep.
It's so funny. I'm like,
And what a dickhead. Why would you do that anyway?
well, we had to set up the thing where he's got to go get this tire fixed and all that. Dude, a flat getting done in 10 minutes. That's some good time.
No shit, dude. As many people were at that gas station? Fuck yeah.
Yeah. So while, Bill is got to get his flat fixed, and he hears Jonas talking in the distance. He's like, what the fuck is he talking about? He's got a Dorothy. It's called a DOT, but it's the same thing. He's literally explaining Dorothy to like the group, and Bill is pissed. And Joe knew about it the whole time and never told him. So that makes him even more pissed. So he goes over there. My favorite thing is he walks up and just slaps his hat off his head.
Dude, listen, for people like us, we wear hats. You don't fuck with somebody else's hat, dude.
No.
You do not do that. That's a challenge. Like,
Yeah. But he literally is like, you didn't think I would find out about this, you piece of shit? And you
son
get the
of a
whole
bitch,
thing.
You took her, you thief.
Yeah. He was like, it was my idea and you knew it. Unrealized idea. Unrealized.
Yep.
He's just he's so slimy. But he's a little
still one of my-
he's a little weasel. That's what I consider Jonas.
He
He's a fucking weasel, dude. Because we get this whole thing where he's breaking it down. Then of course he's like being Mr. Tough Guy around all of his, I wouldn't call them his cronies. It's just the guys that work for him or work with him. And all of them are like laughing like bullies, like yeah. And they go into the diner, and like immediately he turns into a completely different person because he walks up to Joe. He's like, "Hey Joe, I don't know what the hell's wrong with Bill, but I just want to." And then he just goes, "Oh, just wonder what direction you're going to be going." She's like, "Oh, we're just going to be sharing information with each other." It's like, I'm going to be going southeast to the counter. It's so good.
Yes.
But yeah, it just shows how slimy. And it just shows like he's not Bill. Like Bill is way better at what he does than Jonas. Like Jonas literally.
Extreme.
Right. Yeah. But also, as Bill explains, Jonas is in it for the money, where
Yeah, he don't
Joe
give a
and
shit
Bill are in it for the science.
Yeah.
So we get this whole thing where Joe and Melissa are having a conversation, and then Melissa just flat out is just like, "You're still in love with him, aren't you?" I don't blame you. And you're like, damn, girl, you're just going straight for it. And Joe just is shell shocked for a second, like,
Incredibly awkward conversation.
yeah, just like, we're together. She gives like the waitress the money. It's fantastic, but I love it. Bill's out there with the dirt in his hand. He's like tossing. He's like trying to figure out what direction the wind is blowing. Like he's the fucking extreme for a reason. This man is.
Yep.
Joe explains to Melissa that she's like, oh yeah, my Aunt Meg used to call him the human barometer because he could just sniff out like wind patterns and all that stuff.
He can feel it. He feels the cosmos.
Yep. And, that's when Dusty walks up and he's just like, Bill looks at him. He's like, it's go time. And Bill goes up to Joe and he's like, I'll give you one day, and I'm out. Whether Dorothy flies or not, I'm gone. And she's like, sold. That was the whole point.
I'm in.
That was my little boop, boop, boop. I was poking you the whole time.
Yep. She got it, man. She got weaseled in there.
But before we move on to our first tornado chase of the movie, we're going to go back to our Discord and see what else our wonderful friends over there had to say about us, because we always like to boost our ego. Our next one is from Old Man Brad, who says, Parker popped into another Discord group I'm in, formerly 2 Ps on a Podcast, RIP. That's where things go a bit dicey. The word came out that I like bad movies. He's a Resident Evil and Paul W.S. Anderson superfan, and of course Tubi. You know me all too well. I mean, I do love Tubi, so
yes.
that's not false. The other thing, maybe not so much.
It's 33%, right?
Yeah. The odds are okay. When the public domain world came to be, I first guested on the Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey episode. I think it was a test before he let me meet the rest of the crew. That's not true. Since then, many bad movies have come and gone. Tom Cruise even ran through the desert. He sure did. We'll never forget Tom Cruise in Sandstorm.
That's what I think of whenever I hear that song now. It's bad.
Every time, it has to be a video of Tom Cruise riding away in that final shot. Oh man, are you guys excited to cover the new Mummy that just came out?
It looks interesting.
It does.
It looks very interesting.
Even though we haven't met in person, I'm thankful for getting to know everyone over the years. I almost quit the podcast game at one point, but not only Dissect That Film, but the community they started here gave me a newfound life with it. The bad movie guest spots will never stop as long as I can talk, even though I know 65 is coming at some point. We'll see.
Fuck yes.
You know you're the guest. If we ever cover that movie, you know you have to be the guest, Brad. Congrats on 5 years and keep it going. Selfless favorite episode plug is the Tom Cruise Mummy, of course. I love that that's your favorite episode that you've been on. We talked about League of Extraordinary Gentlemen there, Brad. Come on.
Yep. Listen, I got an idea. Brad's never going to watch this episode or listen.
I doubt that, but okay.
Listen, don't take this away from me. We tell him we're covering the movie Planet of the Dinosaurs, and then when he comes on, we just watch 65. Like right before he gets like before we hey, have you watched the movie yet? Like no, not yet. Well, we're watching 65 instead. Just fucking wool over the eyes, dude.
Oh
God, and we could got his ass.
All right, it's time to chase our first tornado.
If you feel it, chase it.
It's the wonder of nature, baby. As we're driving, got some Deep Purple playing in the background.
That's some hype ass music, dude.
Yeah. Oh my god! I just literally this movie is playing in my head. Like I just
I could see it.
Oh god,
I could see it, dude.
And Bill and Joe are fighting about Melissa because they're in her. She's got an awesome Jeep truck. It's
a J. It's so this should be a J10. But they ran this body for a while. They used to be called Jeep Gladiators. They're fucking sick, dude. These
now Jeep Gladiators are back.
Dude. Yeah, but these are way cooler than the new ones. Fuck,
they are. This car,
this shit's awesome.
Fucking rules. Yeah,
it kicks
and
so much ass.
It's unfortunate how it ends, but
yep.
But they're fighting because Joe's of course poking at Bill, and Bill's kind of got some pent up anger that he's got to release, and he's explaining that he's getting married. And Joe's like, we ain't even divorced. Kind of poking at him for it.
We missed one of my favorite Dusty lines. Dude, you taking the vows? That's sweet. It's fucking awesome, dude. Anyway, go ahead.
But yeah, they fight to the point where he's like literally driving off the road. She's like, "Do you want me to drive? No. Well, can you?"
It's really good.
Dude almost hits the one thing that's on the side of the road. It's perfect. So Jonas, of course, because he's a weasel, he literally is just following where Bill's going because he can't figure anything out on his own. And Bill then decides to drive off-road, not really fully understanding what he's doing. He drives into this, like, ditch. Ditch doesn't seem that high. I feel like he probably could have got out of here. But I guess for dramatic effects, we're just going to say he couldn't. Because he can't get out. And he got, dude, the shot of the tornado coming from behind him as the Jeep is driving towards camera is, it's fucking superb. And, of course, it gets stuck, and they have to, like, bear hug a post of this one little tiny wooden bridge that, in reality, they would have died. They would have just been sucked up.
Yep.
Exactly.
Yeah, because Joe's trying to set it. Bill's like, no. Hug this post.
So when we get like the whole I know how to get Dorothy to fly later in the movie, which I won't explain now like fully, why didn't it work with this one?
That's what I'm talking about because that's what I was saying. Like this movie would have been over on this scene if they could have got Dorothy activated.
Which I get it. But it was like the way that they're like explaining it. But I guess the things they had to do with Dorothy, maybe that was the reason. But the truck was in the air. Did the thing not? They didn't set it up though. They didn't like.
Yeah, they never turned
get
it
all
on.
activated. All
yeah,
right, there we go. We'll give that the pass then. But the truck gets sucked up, and I love Melissa's just driving, and of course she's getting like phone calls because you find out she's like what is she, a sex therapist or something?
Yeah, reproductive therapist.
Reproductive therapist. She didn't marry you for your penis.
Okay, she didn't only marry your penis. That's another great fucking line.
Such a great
movie.
line. And to be honest, it makes me appreciate her character because Jamie Gertz is just so like she's so good. I grew up watching what was the show she was in? Was it Grounded for Life?
Oh gosh.
God, now I gotta look up what was the TV show she was in. Still Standing. She was in it was with the dude from what was that Heath Ledger Night movie?
Oh, Knight's Tale?
Knight's Tale. He was in that, the dad in that Still Standing. But yeah, I grew up watching Still Standing. Of course, she was in The Lost Boys. Yeah, she's great. But she is literally driving, and Joe goes, "Where's my truck?" And then the truck just lands in front of her, and she just screams. And then, of course, Dusty's the first one there, and he's just like, "Oh my God, did you see that? You almost hit that truck."
That was awesome.
He's like got her face in his hands. But that's
Dusty.
when he's literally leaning up against Joe's truck, and he's like laughing. He's like, "Well, at least she flew."
Yep. So what was it like? It was windy.
It was windy.
Oh. That's intense.
This is when we get the line, Dan.
Yeah.
Would you like to do the honors? What is Dusty? We get Jonas and his crew driving up through the scene, and Dusty runs up and he fucking grabs the side of the car and he pulls himself in. What does he say?
It's like fashionably late again, Jonas. Fashionably late again. What's that? Fashionably late? It's always fashionably late again. He kisses the dude driving it. Tries to give him a kiss.
Give me a
Like,
kiss.
"Ah."
Oh, what does he yell to all the cars? It's like,
Losers!
move on.
Oh, yeah.
So this is when we get the whole thing where you have to have this like little moment where, you know, they need to put the next Dorothy in another truck, and Bill is the only one who has the truck that's usable, and he's like, don't even think about it. And then of course the next shot is a Dorothy in the back of his truck.
The only thing is, if that's a brand new truck, unless he bought it outright, if it is under a banknote, it has to have full coverage.
Okay, interesting.
You can go look. At least that's how it is these days. I'm assuming it was back then because that's just coverage for the bank.
I believe you. So yeah, Dorothy is being transported in the back of Bill's truck, and this is when we get our second chase. But before we get to our second chase, let's see what our friends had to say. about us.
Hello, friends.
Our next one is from our good friend Spicy Dan, or Daniel Collins, who says, I first heard of Dissect That Film through Anna and Cinema Slab. Then I remember listening to Gimme Back and also hearing about Dissect. When I was like, well, this podcast sounds fun, I need to give it a listen. I have been a fan ever since. I first listened, so many great episodes, but a favorite set of episodes for me are the Resident Evil ones. Of course they are. Of course they are. The pain and anger, if I remember correctly, is just podcast gold to me. I love it. Of course, getting to be a guest on Underworld Blood Wars was amazing and fun. Happy anniversary to Dissect That Film. Thank you so much, Daniel. And Daniel will be back on the show very soon because there is a animated movie that is celebrating a big anniversary that has a bunch of giant fighting robots. That will be happening in August, so strap in, people.
Yes.
So yes, we're on to our second chase, which is the first tornado was an F2. This one is an F3. This is like Twister plays out like a video game where like every section is like a tougher boss.
Yep.
So, and this one is the Sidewinder. This one is like changing directions drastically. And then they are driving like over a spot where there's like two bodies of water on the side. And then you have like the water funnels.
Yeah, because one of them splits.
Yeah.
And then there's
we got sisters.
On each side, once. Yeah, and then there's one on the right-hand side, too. So there's 3 tornadoes in total, technically.
Well, technically, the ones on the water aren't considered tornadoes. They're called water funnels.
Yes.
But they're a fucking tornado. I don't care.
They had made contact with dirt at some point.
Yes. And this is when we get the iconic cow shot, where a cow flies by and they go, cow. And the cow flies back across again and says, another cow. I think that was the same cow. So the animation for the cow is a reused animation from Jumanji. It was actually, if you watch Jumanji at the very last scene, when all of the things are being sucked back into the game, there's a zebra that flies in and flies around the room. That's what they took. It's that exact animation from that shot, and they just reskinned it with a cow.
Okay. I'm fine with that. Do what you got to do.
Hey, I love it. I mean, so all the CGI effects were done by ILM, which, of course, ILM responsible for Jurassic Park and many, many other things, Star Wars, all that. You know, you think of special effects, most likely it's either Weta or it's ILM. There are others. Yep. I know there are other effects houses out there. That's why I didn't name you guys, but ILM, big deal. So yeah, we get the cow. I love the cow scene. So they get hit by one of the tornadoes or the water spouts that come off of the water, and you get and of course they're not very powerful, so it literally is just spinning the truck around and around until it disappears. And of course Joe and Bill are pumped that this just happened, and Melissa is the opposite. She is very much not a fan of what just happened here. She's like crying and everything, and she is definitely regretting I just want to tag along. Are you regretting your decision now, Melissa?
It seems like everybody else. It seems like everybody's having fun except Melissa.
Yeah,
she's the downer. I'm just kidding. She just doesn't know. She's like if she was a tornado person, she'd probably be, could be scared, but she'd be more excited about what happened because she would understand. Like it's a unique phenomenon.
My favorite though is after this event happens, she gets out and she's like, I thought you saying you chase tornadoes was a metaphor.
Yes.
I didn't think you did this for real. Before we hang out with Aunt Meg and get some food, let's go over to Discord because we got another message from our good friend Anna, who's from Baron's Hideout Podcast. She is a big part of Give Me Back, my podcast, and so many other things. She's a scream queen. She says, I remember hearing about y'all through listening to Give Me Back, but can't remember the exact specifics. Much like the rest of us here, we all just showed up one day and said, we're friends now. Yes. Y'all have been around for the majority of my time in podcasting, and I wouldn't have it any other way. I will miss when y'all complete the Friday the 13th series, as they've They are always my favorite episodes. Here's to another 5 years and beyond. Thank you so much, Anna. Yeah, we love the Friday the 13th episodes. I said there's probably, like, if I think of like a series of movies that we've covered that have been like really fun every time, it's probably the Friday the 13th. They're just, I mean, having John from Dewey Pod Monster, having Stu on for those, and we'll get some other guests for Friday the 13th episodes, but they've been a lot of fun, and it's always good to get those messages to be like, I love when you guys cover these movies. Like that's what's like, oh God, hopefully we do them justice. Part 5 right now is like one of the most popular of like the last 3 we've covered, which is crazy because we covered Part 4, which is like a favorite of a lot of people. So the fact that Part 5 is getting a lot of love, hey, appreciate you. But yeah, if you want to check out episodes that Anna's been on, she was on For the Craft a few years ago, and she was on she was actually on the season premiere for this season for It, the miniseries from 1990, and then she was on the season premiere for season 3 last year for Alien Romulus. So she's been on a few times. We've also talked about The Last of Us together. I've been on her show talking about shows. I think I can't remember. I'm trying to think of the show that I watched. The Boys, I think. Oh no, Yellow Jackets. I hung out with her talking Yellow Jackets. So yeah, we've done a lot of stuff together. She's awesome. And I've met Anna in person. Met her last year at Salem Horror Fest. So that was cool.
I think she's the closest one around here.
She is
to us,
to you guys. Yeah,
she's our neighbor. Doesn't even like us. She's like, I don't want to do with these assholes. No. Like, I don't blame her. No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding.
Oh no. Well, guys, it's time to go get some food. At Aunt Meg's house. I love this. I love this because it's like we are not going to invade my aunt. Food.
It's so good, dude.
And we get to Aunt Meg's, and God, I love Aunt Meg. I love this actress. I think she is, was it Lois Smith? I'm trying to think of like other things that she has been in that I remember. Oh, she was in Minority Report. I knew I recognized her. She was in The Nice Guys, which is a good, actually not a great movie with Ryan Gosling and Russell Crowe, directed by Shane Black. But yeah, she is, like, anytime I see Aunt Meg, I'm just like pumped because I just want a plate of that steak and eggs. I want it in my life.
I want the mashed potatoes and gravy too.
Dude,
Yes.
The fact the steak takes up most of the plate.
Fuck
and
yes.
And it looks so good. It's not even the fact that it takes up half the plate. It looks it looks so well made. Oh.
Listen, I strive. I'm not an expert. I'm not a culinary genius. I strive to make my pork chops look as good as her steak does. And I can do a pretty damn good job grilling some fucking pork chops.
I pride myself on my thick ass pork chop cooks. Yeah, I'm pretty damn good at it. And I'm not good at many things. But
I hear that.
I do love you gotta have some gravy. Meg's gravy is like another food group.
Oh, dude, I'm all there for it.
Oh, dude.
Just load my plate up. I'll eat it.
Melissa's acting like either she's like a vegetarian, she doesn't say anything, or they just didn't want to add that. But she's just looking like terrified. Like, dude, I'd be like, heaven.
Oh, I'm like, fuck yeah.
I can feel my arteries plugging.
Yep.
Oh man. But I guess this was the scene that Jan de Bont hated filming the most because he is a vegetarian.
Really?
So it wasn't a very good scene to film. But I do love this. It's like, oh Meg, where'd you get all this meat? It's like, did you see the cows out front? Oh
yeah. Put it in the freezer, baby.
Oh man. It's just this whole like sit down and like just the conversations that they're having. Of course, you get the Bill and Joe like bumping into each other. Oh, the shower's free. Oh. Like there's so much fucking sexual tension between these two. Like, why are you getting divorced again? Like clearly you both love each other still. You just go see a therapist. Go get some therapy.
We get a little bit of insight into that later, but
a little bit.
Just get therapy from Melissa.
Yeah. I mean, she's a reproductive one, but okay.
Maybe that was the problem. We don't know.
Maybe. So, you know, you get the whole thing where Jonas is on the TV and everybody's like, "Shut up."
God, he
sucks.
so good.
But of course, like Joe's taking a shower, and Bill, you get the whole story about Bill. Like he was drunk and he comes out like naked. It's like not naked, but naked.
He was without attire.
Took that bottle and just chucked it into the Twister. Twister, the movie, the title of the movie is mentioned many times in this one.
Yep. And it never hit the ground.
But my favorite is, yeah, so there was another Bill, an evil Bill, and I killed him.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, man. But then, you know, they're going over the Vegeta scale, which has changed now. It goes by EF, not just F. So, and
Yes,
it actually starts at 0. It used to start at 1. It was F1 to F5 at this time. And now it goes from F0 or EF0 to EF6, I think, is the highest.
It's like, it's like enhanced Vegeta scale or something.
Yeah,
or something like
it's
that.
yeah. So the original was like how much damage a tornado cost. That would be kind of how they classified it, or like how wide it was, or whatever. So they go through the whole thing. They're like, "Oh, what was that one? Oh, that one was probably in a large F2, maybe small F3." And then Melissa's like, "So is there an F5?" And everybody's like, "It's like, oh,
this part I don't like.
Has anyone seen it?" And it's like, and they're like, "Only one of us." And of course, it got to go back up to Joe, like getting dressed and all that. And it's like, are F5s really that rare?
Well, they are an uncommon thing, but like, I just hate how they try to make it sound. I know it's for like the average public, that person that doesn't know, Joe Public, whatever. But like, because I knew about tornadoes, like going into this, like growing, because my dad always loved tornado stuff, and I'd watch it with him. And it's just like if F5s are scary, you know, stuff, but they made them seem like legendary, like they never happened. Like these guys would have seen them before, at least once or twice.
It's funny though, because like the only way they would have known about it was if Joe told them that that's how her father died, was from an F5. So it's like them kind of being like, oh, an F5.
Yeah.
Only one person has seen one of those. And it's like, did she actually see it? She was a little kid. All she remembers is seeing her dad get sucked out of a door. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think it's more traumatizing. I mean, that was the reason why she wanted to be a storm chaser. It's one of those things where it's like, it always feels like it's like Joe is trying to fight the tornadoes. Like she's like ready to fucking battle it. But in reality, it's just they're trying to study tornadoes enough where they can they can make the warning longer. Like people can get warned more in advance, which is kind of what you do. You're never going to stop a tornado. You're never going to be like, which not to spoil Twisters, but ultimately that's what they're trying to do in Twisters, is they're trying to stop tornadoes. They're trying to build devices that'll they throw it in the tornado and then it just turns it off.
Yep. And done.
And we're done.
Yeah, flip that switch.
So it's still a fun movie. Seriously, check it out. Twisters is fun. Just don't compare it to this, because it's not linked to this one. It's just another tornado movie.
There's very vague references, and then that's it.
Oh, yeah, you guys saw it, right?
Yep.
Yeah,
I watched it in theaters.
Yeah, that was a good one. Maybe we'll cover that on the show at some point.
We could always do.
So we already did that one. So Joe, we get Meg pretty much gets it out of Joe. Like, she still loves Bill, and of course, like, she's very emotional about it. Like the fact that she doesn't really understand why it's all happening, why Bill left her, like why they're getting a divorce, because of how she feels about him. And clearly he still has feelings for her. But guess what, guys? Another storm is coming.
It's tornado time.
Yeah. And that means got to put some steaks and eggs in some Ziploc bags and give them out to all your kids before they go to school. And then they got to go. And
I'd do it.
Yeah, I love when Melissa walks out and she's just like, it was really nice to meet you. She's like, it was nice to meet you. Now run.
Yeah.
But before we get to our next tornado chase, I think it's time to read another message from our friends. Our next one is from our good friend Nicole from Doom Generation, who says, we came up in the pod game with Dissect That Film. Y'all started just before us. Our 5-year is in June, and yet they are absolutely annihilating us number wise. So
Yeah, hey, in your face. We at least beat you on that. No, I mean, like we started before. That's
okay. So we got one thing.
No,
out.
not the
Okay.
numbers.
All right,
Yeah,
all
they're
right,
beating our
okay.
ass.
I got you. I got you. I was like,
you
yeah,
gotta take
literally, they bent us over their knee and just getting a red ass. Yeah. No, we love
You gotta
Two
take that
Generation.
where you can. Dude.
Their show is amazing. I listen to their show every week, and yeah, Nicole and Tessa are two of the funniest people in podcasting. So check out their show.
Why don't they been back?
They have been back. Oh, you mean on our show? Because scheduling is hard.
Yes, it is.
They will be back on the show. We will make it happen. It's just certain people are harder to schedule than others. And also, I've been really bad about asking certain people because it is more difficult. But I digress.
But you're certain people now, just so you know.
They know. They know. They know.
Kidding. I'm just kidding.
But yeah, we met on Twitter. You were always so supportive and had such a positive energy. Oh, I try. We guested on the Mrs. Doubtfire episode, and Brett won our Jaws giveaway, which the shark I won is right up there. Right? I don't know if you guys can see it, but he's right in front of that Turtles poster right there. Do you see him?
Sure.
I won that.
I can't. You're small.
Nicole made that shark. Pretty cool.
Nice.
We're mutual patrons and have mutual friends and listeners, and we'll be friends to the end. Absolutely. No, it's not the end yet. It's not the end. But happy 5 years, y'all. And yes, in June will be Doom Generation's 5 years, so make sure to give them a big congratulations as well.
Yes.
Because they rule. Thank you so much, Nicole. So, where are we? We're on another storm. And we also get to hear the score play the rhythm to Humans Being by Van Halen, then it turns into the full-on song, which I fucking love
sick.
Every single
so
time.
Good, dude.
Bam, 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 bam. Yep, it's a fucking great song. I've seen this live.
It comes
twice.
up and you start singing it. It's so good.
I love it. The song is weird, by the way. Like, if you ever read the lyrics to the song, it's
a little different.
Like, all right. Sammy was never the strongest when it came to his songwriting. But this is when we get the whole thing where, Joe's asking Rabbit for directions, like how to get to certain places. It's just, this whole back and forth is great, but this is where you get the Rabbit is good, Rabbit is wise.
Rabbit is wise. What road are we on? This is like
what road are we on there? It's like Bob's.
I use that occasionally.
It's like, where are we going? He's like, I don't know, as he's like just grabbing maps.
It's like it's on the other side of this tree row. Like what? They're like driving through a cornfield.
Oh, what does he say when they're like, on the other side of what? Kansas, the bearded lady, what?
yes.
They drive through the cornfield. It's like, oh, it's on the other side. And as they do, they literally pull out, and there's Jonas's crew there. And then Jonas is like, what are you trying to do? Kill us, Joe? And it's like, God, fucking Jonas. This guy sucks. And so, yeah, they are able, they pull alongside of him, but then Bill gets his sixth sense about, where the storm is going to be. So he hits the brakes. And I'm like, everyone's got to be pretty far behind him because he slams those brakes. There's no way everyone knew he was going to slam the brakes.
No. The cinematography would have you say otherwise, because this next scene is so
right behind
up.
him. Yeah.
Yeah, they back up, and then the moment they turn on the road and gas it, they're right behind him.
Yeah. It's like, where were they before? But
in the cornfield.
They're still in the cornfield. I don't know
going in circles.
What's going on Bob's Road.
Dusty is still lost. He just wasn't.
But Dusty, turn off the song.
It's sweet, but we gotta find you.
So they got to go set up Dorothy too. So they have everybody hang back and they go up this one road. I do love the behind the scenes though, where if this was filmed during the day, so this entire road is just sun, clouds. This is all done with visual effects.
Interesting.
The hail is really cool as well because they couldn't find. They had to literally get giant blocks of ice that they would shave down, and then they would just kind of shoot them out all over the road. They couldn't find any in the state they were filming in, so they had to go to a neighboring state to get these gigantic, massive blocks of ice.
Yeah, because I know when you see when the ice initially hits the road, you're like, that's not real hail.
Yeah.
because it's like cubed almost. Like it's like
Yeah.
broken pieces of cubed ice because
Yep.
hail's not perfectly, is genuinely more circular. But
Yep.
no, it's fine. It's not, doesn't take away from the movie for me. It's just an observation.
So this is when we see, the clouds get dark. The tornado is like slowly coming down. Then it goes back up again. We do get the line where it's like, "That's no moon. It's a space station."
Station. Yes.
But this is where we get it's called a jumper, where it literally like hits the ground and then it like goes back up and then like jumps to another spot. So
Yep.
it literally looks like it's skipping.
Yep.
It's really cool.
It's like what hit my hometown. Just jumped over.
Yep. Just literally was like, I don't want to take that building out. Just whee.
Yep. All the way over. Yep.
Just did like a kickflip. Just whee.
Guys, check this shit out. Bloop.
And they set up Dorothy. I love that Bill's just out there like getting pelted with hail as he's like trying to set up Dorothy. But of course, they try to take it out and it falls and all the sensors get blown everywhere. And Joe's like desperately trying to collect him, and Bill's just like, "It's done. Like, it's over. Like, we got to get out of here or we're gonna fucking die." And she's freaking out. And then we get this whole thing where it's her pretty much like using her dad's death as a reason why she's doing this. And
Essentially, she's almost trying to kill herself. She's just like
Yeah.
blatantly risking her life for this shit.
She's like, you don't know. You don't know that it was skip this house and skip that house and hit yours. Like, he's like, what do you think? Like, the tornadoes are after you? Like, do you think the tornado was just like, I'm killing your dad today?
Yeah, no.
And he pretty much tells her, like, your dad's not going to come back. Like, it's just not how it works. So we got to try it a different way.
Yep.
And this puts a very small strain on this relationship for a very small amount of time. It's very small.
Yeah, they'll have angry sex later.
Oh,
Yep.
ooh. I hope they took a shower though by the end of this movie. I hope they took a shower before
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Because that's some dirty, smelly sex. Like dirty, like smelly, where you're like, I don't know if I could continue.
Rooting like a pig.
Oh,
Gross.
Oh, jeez.
So pit stop at the drive-in, and Joe signs the papers because she's mad at Bill. How dare you signing these papers? Bill talks about the possibility of Dorothy being too light, so he's trying to like kind of talk his way back into like her good graces. And you can see that The Shining is playing on the screen, and it's of course it's the twins scene from The Shining where, "Hello, Danny, play with us, Danny." God, I love it. Gives me chills every time. And a storm is coming because they can hear things on the radio, but they also see it on the screen. Back in the 90s and even before that, like, you could tell if a storm was coming based on your TV. Like, it would actually affect the signal that you were getting from your local channels, and that's when you knew something was about to happen. I love how this is shot.
Yes.
You get the lightning where you hear the storm, and then the lightning flashes, and you see the tornadoes like right there. It's just
I like it.
So well done.
I like how it's Melissa's in the hotel room. It's right next to the drive-in, and her TV cuts out.
Yep.
And then Joe and Bill are talking at the concession stand, and she looks up and sees the TV's out. Or is it Bill that sees the TV's out?
Yeah,
One of them
sees
sees
it
the
in,
TV out.
Joe does.
Inside the concession stand. Yeah, it's inside the concession stand. And that's when they kind of figure out, like, some shit's going on.
Yep.
And get their food.
It's great. Yeah, it's really good. Like, obviously they're just tornadoes, but they make them like monsters. It's
I mean,
really
they
nice.
sound like monsters. They use animal sounds as they're tearing things apart. Like you hear lion roars and like different animal sounds as it literally makes them monstrous.
This scene with the TVs and all this buildup reminds me of the T-Rex's first appearance in Jurassic Park with the water in the cup.
Yep. It's so well shot, so well acted. Everything is perfect. I love the fact that they use even though it's funny when the tornado starts to rip apart the screen. It's the axe scene.
Yep.
In The Shining, right before "Here's Johnny." That scene doesn't happen till a good amount of time after this first scene we see. So either like a decent amount of time passed, or we're just like, no, we got to put that scene as the scene that happens. Like, it's perfect though. As the screen is getting ripped apart, it's Jack Nicholson axing that door. It's perfect.
Yep.
So yeah, the storm hits. They got to get to cover. You get the one guy, the freaking cameraman dude, who tries to hide in his truck.
Yeah,
and Joe has to rescue him. And yeah, and they get into like they're hiding in the biggest bay I've ever seen for like
massive.
It's got to be for like big rigs
or agricultural equipment.
Because this is I worked in like pits like this because I worked in a garage where, you know, that's how you change oil. You go down the pit and everything's under there.
Yeah, I remember going.
This thing is this fits like 40 to 50 people. Like, this thing is huge.
That's why it makes me think of like huge harvesters and stuff. It's designed to work for
that makes a lot of sense.
Or tractors, like you said, tractor trailers, semi trucks, whatever you want to call them.
That could be. But yeah, so things are flying around. This is very much the ride. It's this scene, and then of course you like having to dodge the cars that are getting thrown in, and the preacher gets a hubcap like across his forehead, like slices him open, and like, you know, everybody's hiding. Of course, like Melissa is like done with this shit. She's screaming as Bill's is like, "It's gonna be okay." And it's like, "Are you sure? There's a fucking tornado over us right now. Let's wait until it's over before we go." "Oh yeah, we're fine."
Yep.
And and like everybody survives, nobody dies, and that's the thing about this movie. Not a lot of people die.
No.
Like, if people died, it was off screen, and it was like when Wakita got hit, which is the next part of this movie. You don't really see anybody die.
Joe's dad.
Oh yeah, you know, that's it.
Well,
and then the which is like one of those like, oh, okay. Like,
yeah,
sure. I mean, I'm not mad about it, but it's kind of weird. But yeah, everybody gets out, and of course, like, a lot of damage, and that's when you get the very somber, dusty reaction where he goes, "Joe, I hate to tell you this, but Wakita got hit." And so she freaks out. Everybody's like, "We got to go save Meg." But before we go to save Meg, let's read another message.
Yes.
This one is from Captain Steve. Our good friend Captain Steve from the Bucket of Chum, the Shark Movie Podcast.
Permission to come aboard, Captain.
Who wrote, "As with many podcasts I've had the pleasure to be on, I met Dissect That Film, or DTF, or Down to Fuck."
Yes, that's what it means. That's what it means.
I didn't think about it when I came up with the name that the initials would be that, but here we are.
There's literally a shirt.
Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead. No, please finish. Go, please.
There is a show on HBO right now that dropped like last month or whatever. It's a Jason Bateman show with David Harbour called DTF St. Louis.
I've seen the trailers for that. Listen,
we
need a shirt that just says DTF ? Dissect That Film underneath it.
We could definitely make that happen. But yeah, we met through Instagram. Parker reached out at one point and asked me to come on for an episode about Komodo. I mean, you were the only person I thought of for that. A film I don't think I'd heard of before, but was glad I saw it. When I eventually learned Parker's favorite movie was Jaws, I knew we'd get along just fine. And then after meeting Dan and Angela on the pod, I knew these were great people who enjoyed what they did. Love talking about movies, and that comes through every episode they do. Congratulations on 5 motherfucking years. And here's to 5 more. As for my history with Twister, I'm just going to read it since he wrote it in the same post. I fucking love this movie, but it traumatized me as a kid. Whenever it got too windy at home, I feared a tornado was coming to get our family. Did that stop me from watching it on repeat? Absolutely not. It's such a fun movie, and the effects for the time still hold up pretty damn well.
Yep.
Love it.
Love it, sir.
Thank you, Steve.
Hey, everybody. Just a quick side note here. There was a fact that I was supposed to talk about during the episode, but unfortunately I forgot, because that's what happens if you don't write it down or you just don't talk about it as soon as you mention it. But right before Wakita gets hit by the tornado, we are with Aunt Meg at her house, and she starts to hear her wind chimes or whatever the heck she builds that are outside of her house that make a lot of noise. And there is a Judy Garland movie playing on the TV. So it's a cool little Easter egg since, we deal with tornadoes, we're dealing with Dorothy. So why not have a little Judy Garland added in? So, yeah, cool little fact. Unfortunately, Dan and Angela didn't get to hear that fact, but you guys get to, so cool. All right, back to the episode. So, yeah, we're going to Wakita, and we are going to save Meg. And they're driving through the destruction of Wakita. And the crazy thing about it is, so this was actually filmed in Wakita, which is a real place in Oklahoma.
Yeah.
And they literally bought like this part of the town. So like some of these buildings that are still standing are part of the town, and they actually paid to use them. So because of some of these were buildings that they were going to tear down. So the production bought it so that the town could be like, okay, well then you just got to get rid of it. You just got to pick up your shit, and you can get rid of these, whatever buildings and use them for whatever you want. And there we are. So they go to Meg's, and her house is barely standing. And Joe, of course, runs right in there to go save her. And they go down. They hear Mose the dog, which all I can think about when I hear the name Mose is Dwight's cousin in The Office. Mose. Never hear that name. And yeah, she's pinned under some debris. They get her out. She's like, I'm okay. I'm good.
Yeah.
But then you get the shot of the TV. And listen, if it was a TV nowadays, I wouldn't be as frightened. Because if a TV nowadays, even if it was a bigger one, like even the size I have, it's going to hurt, but it probably won't kill you. This fucking thing will kill you. Because that TV probably weighed 700 pounds. Like, easily.
Fucking boat anchor.
It was, yeah. So the only thing that disappointed me about it, though, is when the TV actually does go, you don't see it fall. Bill just goes, oh, watch out! And then they just kind of, like, duck away, but nothing happens. I'm like, I really wanted that TV to, like, hit something and, like, cause some other damage or something. Like, maybe not hurt them, but, it was like, oh, see that TV? Oh, no, I fell. Oh, but where'd it go? Oh, okay, we didn't see it.
Yeah.
Oh, man, but Meg's a beast. She gets out there onto the stretcher. I love where the guy, Joe's like, how is she? Is she going to be all right? And he's like, yeah, we're just going to keep her overnight. She's like, no, you're not. I'm fine. She's like,
yeah.
Oh. He's like, no, you really need to go to the hospital. Fine. Well, I'll drive myself. And Rabbit goes, well, that's going to be hard when your car is around the corner or stuck in a tree.
Yeah. But she says that, like, this is a callback to way earlier in the film. She said, 30 seconds to get to her basement? 30, 45 seconds? No, yeah,
she said that she had, like, no time. She didn't even have time to get downstairs.
Yeah. Like, she wasn't fucking about. Like, she knew something was up.
She only knew that there was something going on because of her the things that she makes. Those, like,
yes,
they're not wind chimes, or I don't know what the heck these would be called. Just metalworks, I guess. I don't know.
I don't know. They're awesome though.
They are.
Oh yeah, they're sick. And of course, Bill's got to go back in to get the dog because you can't forget the dog.
Yep.
You got to save Mose. He's a pretty boy.
Yep.
And as soon as Bill gets out of the house, the house falls down.
Yes.
And
you made it fall.
And then you get this whole moment with Meg and Joe where, Joe's upset that she couldn't be there with Meg. And she's like, what are you talking about? Like, and she tells her about, like, the fact she had no time to react.
Yeah, that's it. Sorry. I got ahead of myself.
No, it's fine. And, of course, she gets, like, the whole thing. The thing that was so annoying, though, is, like, she's got the cast on her hand, and Joe goes, what's that? And she's like, oh, I did, they said I got a bump on the head and a broken wrist. She's like, and Joe goes, let me see that. Like, bitch, no, it's broken. You don't need to touch it. Yeah, I don't.
The professional's already made a call. It's fine.
You see it? I'm fine. It doesn't hurt. But there it is. Meg's out of the picture. But of course, we get the dramatic, again, Dusty walking up, and he goes, Joe, hate to tell you this. I probably shouldn't tell you this, but NSSL is just saying that there's an F5. And of course, it's like one of those things where, Meg just looks at her and said, you got to do this. You got to stop it. And she's just like, I don't know how. And I'm just like, what is this?
Stop
what is happening right now?
You got to stop it. It killed your family. It's killed your dad. It's going to kill somebody else's dad. You have to end the killing.
That's it. She's like, you have to stop it before it kills somebody else. And you're like,
excuse me?
I don't think that's how this works.
No. Maybe we're reading from a different script. I'm
This is not how
confused.
any of this works.
No. But then, of course, Joe goes out and she's looking at the metal, like Meg's, projects or the things that she makes. And she gets an idea. She's like, I think I know how to make Dorothy fly. And then she's, you got to get all the aluminum cans you can find. But before we figure out what they do with those aluminum cans, we got another message. This time is from our good friend Lo Wang, who says, like many listeners out there, I was introduced to the podcast in a roundabout way through Hack the Movies. I love that. Parker was promoting the show in that Discord, and on a whim, I decided to watch the promoted episode. Little did I know I would be hooked. I have enjoyed episode after episode and look forward to many, many more. Now on to Twister. I goddamn love this movie. Allowed me to discover Van Halen and the glory that is 1995 Dodge Ram. It's got awesome sound and visual effects. Until the sequel came out, it was the most accurate depiction as a tornado I've ever seen. And I've seen the real deal up close. 10 out of 10. This gets the seal, which a little early for that, but you know what? I will accept it.
I'm assuming he just uses his dick. He just like stamps it. Seal. Well done, Lo Wang.
Oh, man. Yes, thank you so much, Lo Wang. It's always great to get people to come in from other shows that I enjoy very much. I'm a big fan of Tony and Hack the Movies, and he's been on here a few times, so to get some of his fans over here has always been fun. And, of course, Lo Wang, supporting us over on Patreon, always a another plus that we enjoy. But, we've loved you hanging out with us, Lo Wang. You're always on the watch-alongs and everything, which is always fun. So thank you so much for your support, man, and thank you for those kind words. So yes, so they are going to be cutting up soda cans, which is clearly this was a Pepsi thing, a sponsored Pepsi ad.
I love how much time they had to do this too.
And it couldn't have been that much time.
I know. They're like, dude, there's an F5. Let's make propeller cans.
How many of these sensors are there? A lot, probably. So there's a lot. And it's not like they're just cutting circles out of these cans. They're like intricate, like folding them over so that they're like some sort of wings on them or whatever. But yeah, you get the montage of them building these things. And, we get the whole thing where they're filling the Dorothys back up. And so now they got to set up Dorothy 3 and 4. Everybody kind of sits back, and it's just Bill and Joe driving the Ram. They got the Dorothy 3, and they're going to drive it up in front of the tornado, drop it down, put it on the ground, and then get the hell out of there. They are really close to this tornado that can spout out 300-mile-an-hour winds, and nothing's happening. Also, this is when, listen, we're talking about a movie about tornadoes, so you have to kind of, you kind of have to use some fantasy elements in order to make it full on like an action movie or like enjoyable to the degree.
Suspension of disbelief. Yeah.
If you make a movie about like how the storm chasers really do it, it may not be as action packed. Go watch a documentary. There's a lot of really interesting documentaries about storm chasing, tornado chasing. So they put the Dorothy down. Of course, the storm's like, fuck you and your Dorothy's, just starts throwing giant logs at it. One just takes it out.
Donkey Kong style.
But doesn't just take out the Dorothy. Literally is like, I'm going for that truck, and just like drive right under the truck to the point where Bill can't get out.
I was wondering, I was like, listen, and I get he's high centered. I'm like, put that bitch, like, is that, I never see him put it in 4-wheel drive.
That's what I said in the last time I talked about this movie. Yep. I was like, why didn't you just put it in 4-wheel drive?
Put that bitch in 4-wheel low and chug that motherfucker, dude.
So, but the only way he gets out of this is a massive oil rig just falls out of the sky. And it's funny because my father-in-law used to drive like that exact rig pretty much. It was, but the whole thing about it is, so you're telling me that this tornado picked up that big rig twice, mind you, but doesn't even remotely pick up this truck.
Nope.
So the big rig lands, practical, by the way. You can tell this is a practical truck.
Oh, yeah.
Which they later blow up for real.
Yep.
It pushes Bill's truck off of the log.
Nudge.
They're able to drive away.
Yeah,
but then
barely
immediately Yeah, barely nudges it. But then the big rig is like here. Bill's truck is here. The tornado picks the big rig back up a foot away from his truck.
Yep.
I'm no physical.
Oh, I know.
But I feel his truck should have been picked up too. But I digress.
Yes. We were talking about with the kids. I was like, dude, this, like, we were talking about, it's like, it's all practical. It's like, it's a real truck. Ridley was really enjoying the effects side of it.
The effects, I mean, listen, there are, especially in high def, because of course this movie came out in 96. We're still very early in CGI. When you look at some of the effects in this movie, you can see that it is dated, but I think the tornadoes look so good. And just there's a lot of things in this that look really good. There's a couple that look wonky, and one of them is a later event. But yeah, they get out of there. The truck then seconds later drops and blows up. They drive through the fire, which is super cool. And yeah, now they have to set up Dorothy 4. So they only have one. Jonas, the dumb fuck, is driving with his partner there. Freaking what the hell is this? But Eddie.
I can't remember. Yeah,
Eddie.
Thank you.
So
Eddie car. Sorry, Eddie truck or van. Eddie van. He's in a van.
This guy, I'm sorry. I don't give a shit if Jonas is the one paying me. I'm not driving closer to this monster of a tornado if someone on the other line is telling me it's not a good idea.
I would slam on the brakes
Yeah,
and be like,
they're
hey, you can
fucking
drive
close.
Oh, no,
Like,
I would have just
dangerous.
swerved. I would have drove into that field that was next to the tornado and drove just the opposite of direction.
Yep.
I don't care. Jonas could fight me. I will throw punches as I am fucking driving. Get the fuck off me, bitch. Like,
No,
fuck you, Jonas.
Jonas can drive into it if he wants to, but I'm riding with somebody else that's going to listen.
Yep.
Isn't it crazy that this is like, so the whole thing that happens is that Bill tries to warn Jonas, and Joe does too, that they have to anchor their dot in order to get it to fly. And Jonas is, of course, being like, oh, you will share information with me now? Like, bitch, you asked for information before. You know they're fucking smart. You know Bill and Joe for who they are. Why are you being a fucking dickhead now? But unfortunately, a big giant piece of rebar just fucking flies through the window.
Yeah, because it changes. It changes direction.
Changes direction.
Says. Good shit.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, never mind. Go ahead. I was gonna say something, but no.
That the big giant.
He tries to tell
piece.
me, he's like, you're too close to the suck zone.
But Eddie gets it the worst, right through
Poor
the
guy.
fucking bottom. Dude, why has it got to be Eddie's? Because you get Eddie who dies in this one, and then Eddie Carr dies the next year in Lost World. Like, come on, man. What's up?
Ironically, he's not even in a car when he dies. He's in an SUV.
Yeah, it's a shame.
Anyway,
But we get the whole thing, dude. My favorite though is like when it all happens and like they get sucked up. You see the car just like flying, and then you see all of his crew just like, and then all you hear is,
Yep.
it makes that noise when it falls,
Yeah, it does.
and then of course you get Bill's reaction like stupid, just throws the fucking the walkie-talkie. Oh man, so
Yeah,
good.
because like Jonas is a piece of shit, but he's not like a super villain. He's just a dickhead. Like that's
Yeah.
what he is.
And it's funny that they're just like, yeah, we're gonna kill him. Like we don't even kill people in this movie. We killed one guy before
Yep. Like fuck him.
for holding a door.
Yep.
Oh man, but then Bill and Joe decide that they are going to drive the truck into the tornado. It's the only way. So
This is the start of Bill and Joe's excellent adventure.
So what they do is they drive through a cornfield and they literally jump out of the truck to then watch it drive into the tornado.
Can I tell you how obscenely difficult it would be to hold these doors open while corn stalks are slapping against your door you're driving against to
Would you
get
like
the
to-
fuck? You would jump out. I jump, and it would like close on your leg. You're like, oh god,
It just it drags you in.
Yes, there is. And the last thing you hear the radio on the truck, there is no escape.
They should have just rolled down the windows and climbed out the windows.
So you want to know the behind the scenes fact about this?
Please. Yes, please.
So Helen Hunt got like knocked out during this scene because of the fact that the doors kept coming back.
Yeah.
Like it fucking smoked her in the head. and she had
I
to
believe it.
so they had to stop filming. So they literally had to weld the doors open so that the actors could jump, or the stuntmen could jump out of the moving vehicle.
And again, not surprised. People clearly don't know how physics work.
Can we stop driving through cornfields, please?
Yeah, listen, being a children of the corn, if you will, because of the state I'm from, like they're like, it is like the shot. They're so densely packed together. That's so much like pressure pushing against those doors,
pressure, dude. Holy shit!
You ever been in a car that's really windy and it's like difficult to push the door open? That's like 40 times worse than that.
Do you know how many times what do they call it? Your freaking intrusive thoughts pop in. You're just like, I really want to just open this door on the highway. I don't know why. I just want to see what happens.
I used to do the whole thing.
Oh, the thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Woo!
That was the best thing.
I usually do it when we're driving down the van and I'm in the passenger seat and someone's driving up the side of the road. I'm like, I got him, and like put my foot on the door. Like I'll do that every time. I was like, don't worry, I got this one.
Oh God!
This is what we do in the vans when we're driving to work.
Oh man. So the funniest thing though is, so they jump out, they watch the truck go into the tornado, and of course they're like, yeah, because they see it gets lifted up, the sensors come out, they fly around, they light up, which is really cool, and then the truck gets sucked away. They are not far from this tornado, by the way, and they're just like, yeah, high five, we're gonna wait, maybe we shouldn't kiss right now because we're gonna get sucked into this tornado. We should run.
Can you fly, you son of a bitch?
Oh man, but before we see what happens with Joe and Bill, we have another comment from our good friend Charlie from Give Me Back My Podcasts, and pretty much all the podcasts. He does Give Me Back My Podcast. He does Give Me Back My Need for Speed podcast, which I'm a part of, and Dan is going to be a part of at some point.
Yes, because I missed the one, but yeah. I didn't realize that was the name. Nobody ever told me. So just shut the fuck up.
I'll just be sitting over here by myself.
I don't think anyone told you to shut the fuck up, so stop lying. Don't say this.
No. That's true. Nobody told me to shut the fuck up. Okay.
And he is also part of B Action. And he's just a great guy. He says,
he is a cool guy.
It was an exceptionally, I forgot that he wrote it like this. It was an exceptionally arid day. Or was it a pitch black winter equinox? Either way, I received a notification from Instagram that a message had been received. At this hour? Ah, yes. Time zones. Silly me. I cautiously opened the app, bracing myself for yet another inundation of financially burdened buxom females vying for my attention. Spoils of horror runoff, no doubt. Yet, to my surprise, 'twas a message from the host of Dissect That Film. I believe his name to be Parker, allegedly. A podcast I had only heard faint whispers of from my tight-knit network of podcasters. He wooed me with compliments and adoration over the course of our correspondence, and as fate saw fit, we have become collaborators, confidants, and dare I say, even friends. Oh yeah, Dan and Angela are awesome too.
Hold on. I want to say this first off. Let me just burst into this comment real quick. First off, Charlie, yes, dude, that's really nice. That's dope as fuck. You're a cool dude. I feel this whole set of sentences broken apart, small paragraphs, if you will, sums up how this whole thing works, where everything is up top. It's like, which is fairly done justly, Parker, and then we're the afterthought of the
I can't control what people write.
No, it's fine. I'm just fucking with you. It's cool. I dig it.
Listen,
Parker does all the work. He deserves the notoriety for it.
Spicy Dan came in just after that and said, Dan and Angela bring the room together.
I'm just hanging out, dude.
And then I put that.
Oh, okay. I'm just here. I'm just fucking around, Parker. It's all good stuff. I love it.
Oh, thanks. Like I said, I just put it out there and people said what they said. So,
no, you're good.
All right, so Bill and Joe are escaping the fucking giant tornado somehow, and they hide in a scary butcher barn. I just love when they walk in and say, "What do these people do?" And it's like, it's a fucking butcher. Like, what do you expect? Like, you're in the fucking like dust bowl here.
It's a farm, dude. They need like scythes and stuff for cutting things or whatever. I don't know. Leave them alone.
But somehow they're outrunning this tornado. until they tie themselves to a pipe that is supposedly down 30 feet. Now, here's the thing, people. Here's the thing about tornadoes. And I know you're like, it's just a fucking movie. I know. But if you've never listened to the show before, this is what we do.
It's our job.
Tornadoes aren't just about the wind. Because in reality, if you think about it, you probably could survive, depending on what you're doing. You probably could survive most tornadoes. The thing about tornadoes is they suck things up. And they don't throw everything out. It just sits in there and spins around really fast. So if you get sucked into a tornado, either the tornado is going to throw you somewhere and you're going to die from being thrown somewhere, or you're going to get sliced to shit from all the debris that's inside this tornado.
Yeah,
and
also
this movie just says fuck that.
Yeah, and then you got things like centrifugal force, you got pressures you got to deal with. Like you're getting fucked up. Like yeah. There's a reason people die when they get sucked up by tornadoes, dude.
Yep. So, but they're able to tie themselves to this pipe. The whole shed that they're in just gets torn off, and they're able to see like the inside of the tornado, and it's really cool. It's like you got the black, and then you have like the one little thing that's in the middle. But in reality, they would have been dead because they would have been torn to shreds by every fucking piece of debris that was. They literally had pieces of fence shot at them like a fucking nail gun. Like what are we talking about?
And like it's like looped going around their shoulders. Like it's just gonna like fucking tear your arm off or break your shoulder, and you're just gonna get sucked right out, dude. It's not how it works.
Would the leather actually hold?
I don't know if it would.
The behind the scenes was pretty cool with this, where they literally they would lay him down and then they just moved like the stage so it was vertical and they just kind of hung there.
That's cool.
Yeah. So yeah, the tornado is done, and they're like, you see like the people coming out of their house, and of course, oh no, there's a lot of damage and stuff, but the house survived. I like how they had to point that out. You got the horses running around, and then Joe and Bill got to argue about like what they're going to be doing, like who's going to be doing the analyzing, who's going to be doing the lab work, all that stuff. And then everybody else shows up, and yeah, that's just kind of how it ends. It just them making out, because we got to have that. That's got to be a thing.
Yeah, Joe looks at Bill and she's like, "I'm pregnant," and he's like, "For how long?" She's like, "Just now in the twister."
We didn't see below their waists. They actually did it on.
It just happened.
No one will ever do it again. No one will ever have sex inside of a tornado. We were the first.
To that, or it's immaculate conception, dude. It's finger of God.
Yeah.
Boop, pregnant.
But then we get right into the credits, where we get Eddie and Alex Van Halen with "Respect the Wind," and I get goosebumps every time I hear this song.
It's good.
And it doesn't just give you the black background credits. It gives you clouds and like the sky and all that. So it's like, it's really, I don't know, it's really well done. And I watched every second of the credits. Because that song plays until the after credits when the Amblin shows up. You're like, all right, I'm in.
I don't know if we ever established this. What you watched your Blu-ray, right?
I did. Well, I watched. So the first time I watched it, it's on Max right now, and it was one of those like, it's on Max. I'm just gonna throw it on. I didn't feel like finding my Blu-ray, but I wanted the special features, so I brought my Blu-ray up and watched the last couple times I watched it on the Blu-ray.
We broke open our 4K we bought a while ago when Twisters came out. It looks great. It looks great in 4K. I just want to throw that out there for anybody curious about it.
Someday I will probably pick it up, but to be honest, this Blu-ray looks really good, and
yeah.
If I get another version of Twister, it's gonna be, I want to find a VHS.
Yes, there you go. We have one, don't we?
Yeah, I think we got one.
We have a VHS upstairs.
I had it as a kid. I just don't know where most of those VHSs went. Before we get to our final thoughts, well, before I do anything, that is the plot of 1996's Twister. But before we get to our final thoughts, we do have one more message over on Discord. And that is from our newest patron, Lucha Steve, a.k.a. Steven from Movie Buff 3000, who says, "Hello, Dissect That Film crew, Parker, Dan, and Angela. I discovered you guys via your various crossovers with Movie Dumpster, Joey C., and of course Tony from Hack the Movies. Also, because Parker is in the Hack the Movies server, I had some nice interactions with him. I primarily watched those till I started branching out and watching your guys' other episodes. The Underworld series episodes being when I really started to check you guys out more often. Favorite episodes, I would have to say, are either 13 Ghosts, which we did with our good friends Tyler and Eric from Team TNA, who will be back very soon, or Anaconda, which we did with Movie Dumpster. While I'm not a Dissect That Film super fan, you will be soon enough. This is one of my go-to shows to listen while I'm home relaxing or working. Thanks for the laughs and congrats on the 5 years of video making, and here's to 5 years more, or however long you want to do this. Love, Lucha Steve. P.S. Despite being a huge Bill Paxton fan, I'm pretty neutral on Twister. It's a fun movie, but I don't have the love for it a lot of people do. But it's got Bill Paxton as lead, so I'm always down to watch it. Thank you so much, Steve. We appreciate you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you for supporting us on Patreon. Thank you for just supporting the show. And hey, listen, we're not looking for everybody to be super fans of us, but the fact that you support us and you watch the show or listen to the show or whatever, that's all we care about. And like, you know, you're a good person. So it's always a good thing. But thank you so much for the kind words. But now it's time to go around the room and share our final thoughts on Twister. And we're going to start with Angela.
No life.
I love this movie. I can't say much more than that. There is not anything that we have pointed out wrong or whatever that would keep me from watching it, and I will continually watch it over and over and over.
All right. Dan?
All right. I think we talked enough about how much we love this movie. Of course, absolutely adore it. If you like 90s action movies, you should watch it. Of course, growing up where I grew up, just in Tornado Alley, it was always a big go-to for us. You know, I love tornadoes and stuff. I love watching tornadoes prior to this. I don't like being in tornadoes. But yeah, definitely should watch it. Love this movie. 10 out of 10. Would suck zone again.
Would suck zone again. Yeah, I'm going to make it short and sweet. This movie fucking rules. It'll always rule. Like I said, I watched this movie 3 times for this episode, and I am somebody who usually only has time to watch a movie once before we have to do an episode. But when it's a movie like Twister, Jurassic Park, Jaws, like movies that I grew up loving, it's so easy to just throw it on multiple times and just not care. And it's a movie you can throw on with kids around. Like, it's not inappropriate. Like, yeah, it's got some swears in it, but it's like, it's very minor.
It's not
and
bad.
It's not bloody. Tame. Like, it's very tame. It's a very tame PG-13 movie, and it's just fun. It's fun. These are the movies you show your kids, especially kids nowadays that are, you know, you show them the movies that you grew up with, because this is my 4-year-old had a blast with this. Like I took my daughter to go see Twisters, and so 100% she's going to like this one because it's very similar in tone. Yeah, this is fun. I love this movie. I love Bill Paxton. I wish he was still around so that we could have gotten the proper sequel to Twister, but you know what? We got what we got. And yeah, that's my final thoughts. Well, actually, we didn't even do our ratings. We didn't even get our ratings, but I think overall, right? We're just gonna across the board. We just give it a gigantic Dissect That Film seal of approval. Bang, bang, bang. All right, look at that.
100%.
Easy enough. Easy enough.
It's the extreme.
It's the extreme.
Yep.
2 thumbs way up.
Hey, what's going on? Before we move on to the next part of the episode, we did get a comment to kind of help us celebrate our 5-year anniversary. It came after the episode was recorded, but I felt like I needed to share it and add it to the episode. So thank you to Derek from Bad Movies Worst People for leaving a comment. He says, I saw you guys on Instagram. I believe I was following you in the hopes of future networking, but I have no social skills, so I hadn't broached the topic yet. Then, last year, a friend, local musician, and guest on our podcast, Serge, contacted me about the big old month of action, Screech crossover party happening. So I finally reached out to Give Me Back My Action Movies, or Give Me Back My Podcast, good old Charlie, to get the deets on that, and he put me in touch with Dustin. We love Dustin. Which I believe led to being added to this Discord to be part of the fun. The rest is history, as they say. We finally got to collaborate on Demolition Man, which was great fun. It was absolutely amazing. I love that episode so much. Derek and Jack, hilarious. The moral of the story is don't be socially awkward, and you get to meet a ton of great people, like all of you folks. Parker, Dissect That Dan, and Angela. I'm still socially awkward, but now I know the Dissect That Film family and beyond, so I call that a win. I know I'm too late. I kept saying I'll write that tomorrow, and I never did because, well, awkward. But I wanted to at least get it up here for you guys to see. Well, I appreciate that so much, Derek. And guess what? It made the episode because I made sure it made the episode. So thank you so much for leaving that comment. And now we head back to the episode. Bye.
All right, now it is time to go over to our Discord for our new award. For the third time this season, we are doing our Miguel A. Nunez Jr. Award for Best Supporting Character in the movie we are talking about.
Oh, some damn enchiladas.
Dan, start us off.
What?
Who is your
Fuck,
nominee?
I didn't know. I don't know. I haven't been thinking of it. Shit. This
Who
whole
is
time.
the best supporting character in this movie? Come on.
No. I thought it was so it doesn't work like okay. I always
It's
think of how
not the
we do it
Bird-Eye
wrong,
Gordon
so
Award.
say.
It's not the
Yeah,
Bird-Eye
it's
Gordon.
Dusty.
Which the Bird-Eye
It's
Gordon?
Dusty.
That's okay.
It's fucking Dusty every fucking time.
I'm just gonna
You
let
can
you
really
guys know.
feel it through a telephoto lens.
Yeah, you sure can. Just gonna let you know, everyone in the Discord voted Dusty. It wasn't.
Yep,
there was
100%.
no. The only person who gave a joke vote was Lo Wang, who put the 1995 Dodge Ram 1500, which I think it was the 2500, wasn't it?
I don't know. I didn't look at the side of it. I didn't look at that or the lug pattern, which I think they're all. I don't remember on Rams. I always get them confused with Chevys. Anyway, mine, if we're going to do a vehicle vote, is going to be Joe's J10 or J20.
Oh, yeah.
Which is
Yeah.
fucking sick, dude.
We ain't doing vehicle vote.
We just did. Me and Lo Wang just did it together.
All right, Angela, who you got?
Dusty.
I think it's just all around. Like, there's no way you can vote for anybody else. Like, it's Dusty, 100%. He
It has
is
to
like
be.
Philip Seymour Hoffman takes that role that is very minor and just become like, is he like the best character in this movie? Like, he's damn close. Like, he is.
Yeah.
He's got some of the best lines, and it's Philip Seymour Hoffman. Like, he's a fucking legend. Like, he goes on to win an Oscar. Like, this man, and of course, gone too soon. Gone too soon.
Yep.
Like,
Yep.
we could have gotten so much more. But yeah, clear sweep. Dusty, congratulations on becoming the third winner of the Miguel A. Nunez Jr. Award.
It's the wonder of nature, baby.
Everybody, round of applause. All right. All right, now it is time to go to social media and to our Discord to see what everybody else thought of this movie. So I put in the Discord for people to share their thoughts and share their ratings, and I just got mostly ratings. So Captain Steve, Lo Wang, Old Man Brad, and Spicy Dan gave it the seal of approval. Spicy Dan did say, I mean, come on, Paxton versus Tornadoes, what else can you ask for? I mean, right? Lo Wang says, as someone who had survived a real tornado, can confirm cows will fly, and that Tonka trucks can survive going through the side of a semi-trailer. Twister is a goddamn masterpiece and is the pinnacle of 90s disaster movies. 10 out of 10, and it gets the seal, which is the second time we've heard him say that, but you know what? Here we go.
Seal it again.
Lo Wang also says, Van Halen is the shiznit. And then I posted a GIF of the Humans Being music video and literally put the song that broke up the band.
Yep.
Derek from Bad Movies, Worst People says, big fat seal of approval. I love Twister. We literally kicked this year off with Twister. Sure did. Sure did.
Hell
You
yeah.
should check it out. Check out Bad Movies, Worst People. It's a great show. Hilarious. And check out their episode with us where they came on to talk about Demolition Man, which was fun.
It was a
And
fucking blast.
It was so much fun. And then Nicole from Dune Generation gave it 3 seals of approval. So everybody just did 1. Nicole said, fuck
All
it.
right.
I'm putting 3.
We'll allow it.
I'm not going to complain. Let's go over to Instagram. We got a frick ton of comments. We got Quad Pro Quo Podcast, who just says, congratulations on 5 years. Thank you so much. Kate from Down Under says, congrats on 5 years. Yay! I love Twister. It is a movie I will always revisit, and the characters are so great. Not remotely realistic in some parts, but I don't care. It is a fun ride. Damn, it makes me miss Bill Paxton and Philip Seymour Hoffman when I watch it. I feel you. Newman from Movies for Days says, so damn 90s and filmed with more that guy actors than you can throw a cow at. Love this one. I grew up in a heavy tornado area. He does. I grew up in a heavy tornado area, so seeing this in theaters at 9 years old was pretty damn scary, but also so damn fun. Congratulations on 5 years. Johnny Blue just sending the gift of, it's coming, it's headed this way.
Yeah.
James, a Darkish Cinema Podcast says, oh, also congrats on 5 years. That's amazing. I've only listened to you guys for about a year, but you've done so many things that I love and a lot of stuff no one else ever seems to cover. I mean, Alligator 2? Holy shit. You guys are awesome, but my favorite episode of yours that I've been able to get to so far has got to be the Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer episode.
Fuck yes.
Yes. You were all so happy. We were, and we've released that episode twice, so that movie has
kicks so
love,
much
man.
ass, dude.
Oh man. So Dan, yeah, and Angela made sure to say that, Dan, you would love the fact that somebody said that. Big Bad Wolf. Big Bad Wolf AA4 says, congrats on 5 years, guys. I first saw Twister in theaters, and pun intended, I was blown away by it. And it's one of those movies that easily feels so 90s. My favorite moments from the show is whenever you guys yell the name of Paul Holt from Friday the 13th Part 2.
Yep.
And, of course, hearing Parker gush about the greatness of Jaws. I will never
Fair
stop.
point.
I will never stop. Jesse Man Zero says, congratulations on your 5 years. Thank you so much. Our good friend Shoning says, congratulations on 5 years. Well-deserved milestone. My favorite people and my favorite movie. I do remember having this conversation with Shoning many times about the fact that he loves Twister.
Wait,
James,
why don't we have him on here? He knows about corn.
I didn't think of it, Dan. And
No,
I
you're good.
it's
No,
our
I just-
5-year anniversary episode. It's got to be just us. It's got to be just us. We got to have one of these episodes once in a while. We're gonna get Shoning
Always in
back
my
on the
heart,
show.
corning.
Yeah. James, a Darkish Cinema Podcast says, damn, another one I wish I could do with you guys. This film holds up to, did you do 2 comments? You sure did, you little sly
did.
dog. Another one I wish I could do with you guys. This film holds a very special place in my heart, especially since I'm from Oklahoma and was there for May 3rd, 1990 and May 20th, 2013. My boss and I drove around the damage path after May 20th and handed out water and energy drinks to people picking up the pieces. No one questioned
on
us
you.
because we were in uniform, but no one sent us either. We just kind of left the base and did it. It was super
Good.
intense. That's fucking awesome. Yeah,
That's
is fucking
awesome, dude.
I mean, that is so cool. One of the facts that I saw about this movie was that the bombing, I don't remember what the building was, but the bombing at Oklahoma City,
Yes.
the Timothy McVeigh bombing, happened during the production of this movie, and they actually paused
Really?
production, and everybody from the movie actually went and like helped with with stuff to help pick up, debris and like all that stuff, and like helped out for a little bit. So I guess it was one of those, like, when they went back to set, it was really hard to like get back into the mood of filming with after what they had seen there. So
Yeah, that
pretty
makes
crazy
sense.
stuff. But yeah, thank you so much to everybody on Instagram for your comment. I know we have some other places. We have one from Movies at Grandma's House. That's a great fucking name.
Nice.
Because that was literally my childhood. Over on Threads, who says, very nice. Congrats on 5 years. Thank you so much. But thank
Nice.
you to everybody for all of the love and support. I know we didn't really do anything super extravagant for this pretty significant anniversary, but that's just how this show works. We're very, on the cuff, last second stuff, because that's how my brain works, and that's how good I am at planning. But you know what? We love you all, and maybe we'll look into doing a giveaway. I have some ideas on some things I want to do in the future. I just got to work with some people to get that done. But seriously, thank you all so much for the comments, the support. And because without all of this, I don't think we'd be doing this for this long, because I think, we're doing it because people listen and people support us. And, we want to just keep going because we want to make sure to, because people are going, we don't know what people are going through. And so hopefully we can help people who maybe are having bad days, have a little bit of a better day, just by listening to us three or, whoever's on the show talk about whatever we're talking about. The world is scary at the moment, and we're just trying to get through. And if it means talking about movies to try to get us through the darkness, that's what we're going to do. And we appreciate everybody who supports us. As for the rest of the month, we got some fun stuff. Next week will be a brand new Monster Zone episode, which we actually recorded before this. So yeah, recordings are always out of order, but whatever. We talked about 2017's Boar from an Australian kind of like creature feature, which was a really fun discussion.
Yeah, a movie, one of the few creature feature horror films I can think of, it doesn't rain. There's no snow.
Yeah, there's never rain. Well, it's Australia. I mean, how often does it rain there?
That's true.
Yeah. And then the next Dissect That Film podcast episode, which when we recorded Boar, I was like, I don't know what it is, because it was not, the poll wasn't finished yet. But guess what? The poll's finished, and we know what we're talking about. We're going all the way back to 1960, as we are going to be doing a special Mother's Day episode. And what is better than who is better to talk about on Mother's Day than Norman Bates, as we talk about 1960s Psycho. I am super pumped because I have been waiting a long time to cover this movie. I talked about Psycho 2 on another podcast, so it's going to be fun because we're actually going to be getting the guys over from Team TNA to join us for this episode, because that was the show that I talked about Psycho 2, which is a great movie, by the way. You should check it out. If you haven't seen Psycho 2,
okay,
it's a great sequel that shouldn't exist.
Fair.
But yeah, I mean, other than that, guys, seriously, to Dan and Angela, who have been here since day one, thank you guys so much for enduring 5 years of me and all of the craziness that we have been through over the last 5 years. To finally have met in person, which is it was like a perfect little note to the fact that it was at almost the 5-year anniversary of the show. That'll be a special moment in my life. Doing this show with you guys is always a special moment. Being able to do this with you guys and hang out with you guys and talk about movies and joke around and kind of say whatever the fuck we want. And that's kind of how this has always been. And to think that we went from, it was me and my brother in the beginning. You guys were there from the beginning, but you guys also stepped in when the show could have ended. The show could have been done by almost episode 20. And now we're 200, we're over 200 episodes past that. And we've done all these other shows. We got the Monster Zone, which is pushing close to 50 episodes now. We got, we still do TV stuff, like all of these other things that have branched out from that little thing we were doing way back then when you guys weren't technically even the co-hosts of the show. So it's wild. And that's, and it's always about having fun, and I'm having a blast. There's a lot of things that I want to do with the show that I feel like we still have time to do. I think, we're only 5 years into this. We got a lot of time left. Got lots of time. We're still young. We're all still young. We're so young and vibrant.
Yes. Well, I also want to say thank you and sorry for having to put up for 5 years of me, because I know I've just come in here and intentionally try to fuck shit up sometimes. Not make it too hard for you, but just slightly
push all the buttons.
Just a little bit.
It's one of those things where I have been able to grow with you, Dan. I have been able to grow from the to going, yeah, it'll pass.
Just shake your head and just keep going.
Listen, we are a podcast that I've always talked about is I'm a person who is very inclusive to everyone. I want everyone to be able to listen to this show. We make our jokes. We say the things. Some people may take certain things certain ways. That's never the intention of what we're doing. We want to make sure that everyone of every like I don't want to break it down into certain things, but like I want everyone to feel like they can listen to this show, that it's not just like, it's not for certain people.
Most of the race you should, I'd say I just do it to fuck with people. So don't take it to heart.
Yeah. Listen, we're 3 white people, but we know that white people aren't great. So we accept our faults. But we want to make sure
I'm a lady. I'm
yeah, she's not white people. She's
what? But we want to make sure that everybody feels welcome. We want to make sure everybody feels like they can listen. That you can reach out to us in any way. If you're a fan of the show and we have helped you in any way, like just by listening to us, send me a DM, send me an email. Like we have an email. So if you have any suggestions or you just want to send us an email, dissectthatfilm@gmail.com. Or you can email the Monster Zone if you're big into the Monster Zone. The Monster Zone also has an email.
Please.
The Monster Zone Podcast @gmail.com. We also have an Instagram that you can DM. The shows are primarily on Instagram now. And for my own personal reasons, and it's my personal reasons, I have stepped away from Twitter. Like the Twitter still exists, but I don't use it. Because
it's a pain in the ass. I get it.
And I'm not going to dig deep into it because that's not what we're about. But for my reasons, I don't usually. I use Twitter for certain things. Instagram is where you can find us for episode postings. DM us there, all that stuff. We're also on Blue Sky. We're also on Threads. Or just go to our Linktree, and that's where all the links to all of our social medias are. Just go to Linktree/Dissect That Film. We're on Patreon, patreon.com/DissectThatFilm, where for a single $1, that's all we ask of you. You don't need, like we have another tier, but all I ask is if you can give us $1, so $12 a year, that's less than most streaming services in a month. If you can do that, that is greatly appreciated, because what that money goes to is all of the different things I have to use to produce the shows that we make. Nothing goes into my pockets. Nothing is used for anything other than production of these shows. So if you can do that, go over there, drop that $1. There's a lot of cool perks just at the $1 tier. Like I am giving so much, I think, for a single $1. Like I think that most people will be charging way more, and nothing against them. That's not what I'm trying to do. But we have uncut versions of the episode. So it'll be all of the pre-show stuff. Pretty much there's no cuts. You literally get a uncut version of the episode. Usually up to a week before it's released. You get once a month watch-alongs. Literally for $1, you can hang out with us once a month. We watch a movie together. We just hang out,
just some random
drink,
bullshit.
just literally watch a movie. It's really fucking fun. And there's other things that I kind of want to do just to drop on the $1. Sometimes I hop on and I stream me editing an episode. It's literally for $1. I think it's worth it. But if you can't do that, you can sign up at the free tier and you can participate in our polls. You can see what we're posting, and maybe that will interest you enough to drop that $1. Or I think there's free trials. I think you could do like a 7-day trial where you can like join a tier for 7 days. And if you like it, you just get charged that $1. If not, then it just drops you back.
That's
a lot of cool things on Patreon. Please support us if you can. If you can't do that, make sure to go to your favorite podcast apps and leave us 5 stars, because the more 5-star reviews we get on those podcast apps, the more like our show like branches out and pulls hopefully new listeners in. If you like to, or victims, yeah. If you like to watch podcasts, we're on YouTube, where you can see all of our faces, and sometimes I throw clips or pictures or whatever of the movie we're talking about. Just go to youtube.com/dissectthatfilm. Make sure to subscribe. It's free. Make sure to like the video, because that would be cool. And leave us a comment, because I love reading people's comments on YouTube. And maybe at some point I'm going to remember to jot some comments down so that I can read them during episodes. But seriously, keep sending us your comments, because they're really, really cool. Yeah. And I think that's it. I don't know what else to say. This has been a long one, but you know what? Because it's our 5-year anniversary episode, I think it was worth it being a long one. We got to hang out, talk about a great movie, reminisce about the good old days, and we'll be back to our regular scheduled programming next week with more Monster Zone. And we're going to go black and white for Psycho. I'm going to produce that episode in black and white. I don't care. We're going full on black and white for
Do it. Oh, God. That's good. I like that.
Do you guys have any lasting words you would like to say before we get the hell out of here?
I just want to say thank you to you and everybody else, mostly you.
Thank you.
I'm terrible
Thank you
with
so
words.
much.
Just thank you.
Me and Angela have known each other a long time. It's been 7 years, I think, which is crazy to think about that it's been that long since we met each other playing video games on Twitch.
No, I'm just the fifth wheel. I'm just here. Like, I met you through her. So, but no, I just want to say thanks to everybody, all of you guys for hanging out and doing this, and all everybody listening and stuff. Even if you don't contribute, even if you're just one of those people like me, I don't comment on nothing on other people's podcasts. I just fucking watch episodes. That's like, if it helps you get through the day, then I think we won, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But check out Monster Zone if you hadn't listened. Maybe you're not into monster movies, but at least give it a shot. It's Angela and ours pet product. Mikey helps us with it too, so that's good. We've Mike Parker's there too, but he's kind of hangs out. So
I'm
that's
just
why
there.
he's as little involvement as possible because he does enough with this part. So we try to handle as much of that for him as we can. So, but no, just thank you guys.
Yes, Mikey, our fourth member of the family. He's been a blast to have as our latest addition to kind of the Dissect That Film family, and has really took control of the is kind of fit in perfectly with the Monster Zone and what he's been able to do, and it's been so much fun. And so it's just, I mean, lastly, before I get to the final thing, is like, thank you to the people who have really helped me, push me to where we are now, between Dan and Angela, really helping me, being super supportive and being here when I, they were the ones that were here during desperate times when I was just like, I need someone, because this might be it.
Yep.
I want to thank, I definitely have to thank my brother who I started this podcast with. It didn't work out the way I think we wanted it to, but because of him, I think this podcast wouldn't exist, because he was the one who said, hey, let's start a movie podcast. And I took the ball and ran. And so I think without him, I don't know if this podcast would have existed. Maybe a podcast would have existed down the road, but maybe not this one. So I want to thank my brother Adam for being the catalyst to kind of push me to start this thing, but also to keep it going even beyond, everything that had happened, which was nothing major. So don't look into it too much. But yeah, this is 233. Like, that's a lot of episodes, and we have way more. We have Slice of TV episodes. We have Fresh Cuts. We have all sorts of stuff. And of course, the Monster Zone, like, we have probably over 400 pieces of content out there, or close to it, that you guys can consume, of the Dissect That Film kind of podcast, network, as I probably should call it, or the Dissect That Film network of all of these different things that we're doing. And of course, all of our friends who have helped us with, between Dustin and Charlie and Mickey and, Nicole from Dune Generation, and just like everybody out there, Darren Lundberg, who is a big supporter, just all these awesome people who have really been huge advocates for the show. And so without you guys, I think the show would have ended a long time ago. So thank you. And hopefully we'll be here another 5 years and many, many more episodes to come. But I think that's it, guys. I think the last thing I got to do is thank our wonderful patrons, and then we're going to get the hell out of here. We're going to enter the suck zone, and we're going to get the fuck out. So, thank you to Dustin Elkins, Rudy5453, Bucket of Chum, the Shark Movie Podcast, Corey Morissette, Daniel Collins, Jordan Champion, Lo Wang, Doom Generation, Angela, Dissect That Dan, the Baron's Hideout Podcast, Eric Stein, Robert Stewart, Jason, Anna Presley, Lone Wolf, Derek Folder, and Steven as Movie Buff 3000. Thank you so much for supporting us over on Patreon. And thank you to everybody else for supporting us, period. Because without you, Dissect That Film wouldn't be what it is. We wouldn't be here 5 years later. So until next time, I am Brett Parker. That is Dan Angelo of DNA Gaming. We are Dissect That Film, and this has been the Dissect That Film Podcast, episode 233. See y'all again on the next one. Bye. Suck.
We got cows.
Zone.